Hey guys, what's up? So we're here again live for the match you have been waiting for. It's PH against Indonesia. It's Echo against RRQ. So who do you think will win this? Is it gonna be PH versus PH in the finals or Indonesia versus PH? What do you guys think? Are you pumped? Man, RRQ did such a good job against Onyx, which was actually kind of surprising, man. RRQ dominated Onyx. Can they do the same thing with Echo? There's Yawi. So I'm gonna check out your comments first. Let's go. Let's get this started, man. Oh, there we go. There's my face. I see my thumbnail. My first thumbnail was kinda too intense. So, drafting phase. Here we go. Again, guys, we're gonna shut up once the drafting phase starts, so that we can focus more on the draft pick of these insane teams, the top tier teams, man. Ooh. Dito RQ boboto ko, SK. Here we go, draft pick.
From RRQ to kick it off, Echo taking out the 1-1 and the Joy.
It looks like they're already taking out standard trademark picks coming in from Echo immediately. Yeah. The Fredrin just really consistent overall. Yawi just excellently performs and consistently as well on a Cho. And then we look back at Echo immediately. 1-1 to get rid of the Joy. I'm not too surprised if it's going to be Eve or even Carry.
Yeah, and the Joy has been RRQ's bread and butter. Especially when they went up against Falcon, when they want to prioritize that hero as much as possible. They also pick it up in multiple roles. And that is very true with how RRQ perform against Onyx Esports as well. So I will not be surprised if both Fredrin, Cho, and Joy will be constantly banned all throughout the series.
With that ban coming out in Glue, I was actually surprised by it because I was thinking maybe RRQ wants to prioritize that. We saw R7 do very similar things on the Glue like he did with the Joy. But now this leaves a lot still here up for grabs. Eve, like you mentioned, is still open. A lot of, I mean, even the carry is taken out here. There it is, right? Now, Eve is locked in, but real quick, let's take a look at this quote from R7. I hope Indonesia is in the upper and lower. Unfortunately, we meet in the lower. Hopefully, one of us can make it to the final to face the Philippines, and I know a lot of people around the world are hoping for that.
Honestly, I'm tired of the Filipino dynasty that has been set since M2, and RRQ just might be that one trainer who's going to beat the Elite Four and maybe try and take out the champion at the very end. This is one step away from greatness, from the point of which of no return. We're seeing Nakaja and as well as Sanford. He's going to get his Yuzong, of course. Very standard picks all across the board, but now we see the Beatrix as well as the Grok, which begs the question here. Are they looking to try and shut down Benny QT?
Yeah, absolutely. But then again, you now have a shot at Echo, right? They can pick up the marksman right now. But, okay, it's a Harith. Well, instead of like picking up a hardcore marksman, hard carrying marksman for Benny QT, they put in the Harith. Although it's a hard carry still, right? If you think about it. But then again, it's a more mid-tempo kind of marksman or gold laner, which kind of tells me that this is the time where Echo will pick up a hero for Carl Teasy that will scale into the late game.
Yeah, I just don't like, the only thing I don't like about Harith is really if you have a bad start, it's shut down for pretty much the entirety of the game. And it's so hard to get that scalability in comparison to what we've seen with Beatrix, which is so weird because going back to the group stage, she had an abysmal win rate. It was like 30%. But now you see teams, I feel like a switch has been flipped with Beatrix in particular, especially in the hands of Skylar. And going back to the key to victory for RRQ, if it ain't broke, just pick Grok.
Yeah. Don't fix it. Don't bother fixing it. And I think, it's really good that Echo didn't fall for the fact of, hey, Grok is flexible and therefore we should expect him in a couple of these positions. They're focusing down on the main issues, which is Vin. And Vin has been having a stellar performance throughout M4 for a good amount of time. And even RRQ giving a lot of respect to Sanji as well, banning out that Valentina, making sure that he's not going to have that many flexible options when it does come down to the dive. Which begs the question, Farmist, question mark, should they ban it out here?
I guess because they are considering picking it up themselves. It's probably why they will not be banning it out. And looking at the past matches of RRQ Hoshi, they do pick it up when they have a Grok they combo Framis and Grok to go up against something like a Harith or a marksman, a hard marksman.
Curveball, what about Kadita?
I love it. It's one of my personal favorites. It also looks good for the side of RRQ Hoshi. It fits the bill of what they want to achieve, right? It's a very RRQ-ish hero. You can also give that to Echo though, but at this kind of draft, maybe the Kadita will not be considered by Echo themselves.
Oh,
Barretts.
Okay, so KarlTzy opting for that utility jungle route, focus on the objectives. We've seen a lot of this, right? And I mean, at the same time, it is still a safe hero because of the fact that you can kind of brute force your...
Yo, Hannah Dizon, welcome to the Peanut Butter Club, our 4th member. So our members is Daniel, Hera, Earl Kraus, and Hannah Dizon. Let's go. Who's gonna win this? By the way, guys, whoever wins this, they're gonna be fighting Blacklist, okay? And that fight is gonna be held tomorrow. The finals, the one and only fight for tomorrow is for Blacklist, and whoever wins this match, whoever loses is gonna go home. Again, Hannah Dizon, shout out, thank you for the support and donation and being a member of the Peanut Butter Club. Also, to all of you guys, what's up? Hi, shout out to all of you guys. We're just gonna finish this game and we're gonna chat. We're gonna have fun watching this together. But for now, man, it's Echo versus RRQ, PH against Indonesia. There's gonna be a lot of pride. Right? Ooh, nilalagnat. So here we go, guys.
Much for having both Kadita and Kaja. We're not so sure, but we might see that.
That's a great point, because honestly, if you already use the Divine Judgment, and if the rough waves are gone, you lose a lot in both categories, right? A lot of pickoff potential, a lot of firepower even. So you almost have to 100% guarantee that you get that numbers advantage if you're Echo here, because if it doesn't play in your favor, then that's going to be bad news for Echo and better for RRQ here as they get ready to go.
Well, this is such a stressful game here. I can't imagine what it's going to be like. Hopefully you guys are going to be sticking around because you won't want to miss a second of this. Let's jump right into it.
Into the land of dawn we go. The last chance for Indonesia to make it to the grand finals. And it starts now.
We're going to see Vin is going to be controlling that Grok. So this is the roam Grok, and then the Lapu Lapu will be the ones to fight against the Yu Zhang. We've seen it before. The Lapu Lapu can win against the Yu Zhang. Let's see Echo with early game comp. Can they actually close this one out before RRQ scales?
I personally think that they absolutely can, but it really depends on that momentum at the end of the day. What Vin is chill. Oh, he's holding back the waves again. For the second round of it. Okay, interesting. Usually it's just dedicated to one lane, but now we're seeing Yaoi trying to go up to help Benny QT out to try and make sure that Skylar doesn't get too far ahead, or at least holds that control.
Yeah, I mean, you're relying a lot once again here for Skylar to just kind of pop off mid to late game. That's going to be crucial for them. And at the same time, RRQ's got to avoid all those picks that Echo's going to be looking for. And if anything, the fact that you have two Petrifies to work against, you've got to really be conscious of that, right? In those lockdown moments, because, I mean, even here, Sanford are going to be just fine. But again, going back to the point, especially when objectives are being contested, the angles from Sanford with the Black Dragon form and even looking out for Sanji is always something the teams going against a Kadita have to work for. It's a constant, pretty much mind game for both of these teams.
See the focus coming out from RRQ Hoshi. Make sure that the laning stage is good for their side. Even when they're not really putting a lot of effort into the gold lane, the fact that they're controlling the minion wave so that it will be in the favor of Skylar, that's already them saying we want to make sure that the laning stage is ours.
All right, well, first turtle now up here. You're going to see everybody in position for this as it's crucial for their momentum. KarlTzy gonna start it up.
Yep, Black Dragon form already jumping into the back line. Is KarlTzy in trouble as R7's already done it, but he secures it, and Lapu Lapu enjoys first blood. Albert now trying to get on out of the situation, and finally Yaoi hits level 4. Divine Judgment has already been connected, and they have to back off. It's a 2-for-1 trade.
A massive win coming out from Echo, despite them losing a KarlTzy. They got 2 kills afterwards, and then the turtle. They gave so much XP as well to Echo. That means that Echo will be in a very comfortable spot. We said the laning stage, they're early game should be for Echo, and that's what they are now getting.
Oh, Skylar now losing his flicker as well. Purple buff under threat by Yawi. He doesn't have his all, but Kadita on the opposite side of the map looking to make sure they hold and playing for EXP here.
He just took it.
That's the worst feeling in the world. Truly losing your purple buff this early on, man.
Yeah, tough situation there. I mean, you know, Yawi. Oh, Vin.
Wild Charge already connected onto Benny QT. He's trying to get on out of there. Yawi unable to punish for the time, it being Albert is there. So now the rest of Echo is going to start backing off, but a majority of Echo's numbers on the bottom side of the map. We're seeing R7 actually committing to this fight, forcing out. Didn't see that petrify. He's still good.
Rack number 1, internal secure, but I would have, I want to say top lane, you saw Vin commit the wild charge. Want to go for Benecutie? They didn't even force the Purify onto Benecutie because they missed that wild charge. It wasn't able to knock the hand off.
Oh, the combination was clean. Samford sets it up. Sanji knocks it out of the park. And here comes Albert. Can he turn this around? Black Dragon Form and get on out of there to ensure that the Decimate doesn't pick him off.
You know you're happy when you're playing the Yuzhong and you can just do that, right? You play it a little bit dangerous, a little risky, and you just go ahead and pop the Dragon Form and fly off on the map. Works great, but at the same time, you notice Yawi spending a lot of time here on the top side. The focus is Skylar. Vin's there to help him up, but right now, numbers advantage should be even out. Albert also getting wind of this, just in the area, just in case. Now Turtle's up here. You're gonna see both teams swing into position, and once again, does Echo secure this next objective?
Well, let's find out here. Watchon comes through, but then Tones walks, finds it. Yawi flickers 4 and finds 1. Instantly taken out Beatrix straight away. Skylar can't do much about it. And Albert finds 1. Can he chain it into 2? Yes, he can. Benny QT with the Salmon Force gets on out there. Doesn't want to be a part of that.
Well, beautiful start for Echo. You saw that they were able to snag Skylar. That was one great ultimate coming up from Yawi, then Sanji with the damage. However, Albert finding the opening, he kind of conceded the turtle control for them to take more kills. That's the reason why they have taken some gold away from Echo, and despite them losing that turtle fight, it kind of felt like RRQ is starting to feel that they can equalize this game.
RRQ knows that they have a disadvantage when it comes to those areas of objective takes, those neutral objectives, right? Especially because you can't expect to just get Carl Teasy out of there. He's playing the Barretts for a reason. So if you can actually just stay alive, no one goes down, convert into kills, especially on, let's say, Skylar Albert, you're going to profit big time. Hold on.
Oh, he doesn't land the ult. He manages to flicker out just in time there, but Sanji is in position. Do they know that he's even there? Albert, he might be in some trouble. Full combination. No, he doesn't commit to it. Sanji decides to walk away. Wild Charge connects onto Benny QT. Snipe comes through. Benny QT still alive. And Yawi making sure he has vision. Carl TZ to back him up to ensure no dives are going to happen, but Sanji is creeping up back into the tri-brush here. Do they know? Is he going to find his connection? No, sees Albert. It's just not worth his time. Even we're seeing Benny QT just holding on to that lane, and Sanford walking up mid.
War of Patricia. It's the battle for territories now for both teams. They just want to make sure that there's no team that will have the advantage up top where the gold laners are. And this is massive focus for both teams. They know what the win conditions are. Whoever gets the better farm in the gold lane will have a better shot in the mid game.
Well, something doesn't seem right here. Bottom side actually getting fully dolped on, and that's what we want to see. R7 goes down. They command the map, and now the turtle is in full control over Echo as the reinforcements are on their way. Cartesi is playing it as slow as he can. As soon he'll have to pop the Daytona's welcome. Yawi finds it once again. Clay flickers on out there, but Sanford should be able to find the kill. It lands onto 2. Albert is on his way out. Sanji gets the knock up, and Vin, unable to do anything, must walk away.
You see what's going on here, right? It's all angles that you have to watch out for if you're RRQ here. It's either Sanford come from the backside, Sanji popping out of nowhere, and it's tough for RRQ to handle right now. They're trying to constantly catch their breath, but at this time it's already falling apart. You're almost 4K ahead here for Echo.
Yeah. You saw like Yawi in the first turtle fight, he went from the right side. This time he went from the left side, catching RRQ off guard. But my oh my, Echo with a wonderful smart outplay or outwit of RRQ during the turtle fight. That second turtle, they delayed the take of the turtle so that they will have the advantage in the team fight.
And topside already crushed, as well as mid-tier 1. Sanford here, knowing that he can disrespect the space. He has a level lead, and I think, you know, Skylar, with the rest of RRQ might be in some trouble here as the rest of Echo pulls their attention and resources down to the bottom side of the map. Bin has to walk on out, but Carl TZ and as well as Yawi start taking the space into the bottom side jungle here. They have to move away. They cannot do anything about this.
Oh man, you can already see it. Look at the pressure, right? I mean, knowing that Yawi's there on that Kaja, Sanji and Sanford were waiting patiently too. They just completely press RRQ off that tier 1 and they're able to secure themselves some more space on the map here, Wolf.
Ah, massive map control from Echo. Even Carl TZ just running around 1v5.
Oh, he gets knocked up here. Full combination onto Carl TZ so far. He now uses the Daytona's welcome. Decimate lands, but it doesn't matter as Sanji finds his own target into Clay. They trade 1-for-1 for now jungler for mid lane.
Skylar's just amazing. I mean, all throughout the day, right? You saw him perform in their series against Onyx Esports. Now he's performing once again. Despite him dying once, you saw how masterful he is with a sniper as well, dealing out the damage against Carl TZ. But definitely we said, Carl TZ, way too brave. 1v5, not gonna work out for him.
Well, honestly, as of right now, I feel like Echo, and especially when we're looking at Carl TZ, now that he's switched his role, he's not looking to hard carry this game. He's looking to be the foundation for the rest of his team members to actually step up. And Sanford Yawi is looking really good, but Sanji in particular, just the control that he has.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, at this point, Carl TZ, especially when he plays these utility-type junglers, he's more of that, you know, it seems like the shot caller and just is that vision for the team for everybody else to shine here. And sometimes we see those moments even for RRQ, but right now, again, with momentum being a big thing in most of these games, Echo having control here, it's going to be really tough for RRQ to contest this first Lord. You also got a glimpse of the item. Skylar, I think, only has VOD unless he picked up a second one, but able to get the top side turret some more space, but Sanford's up there and the fight ensues.
It's a 4v4 the top side. Hopefully we don't see, oh, the solo kill already connects onto Skylar. Betty QT now zoning out the rest of them. Nothing that RRQ can really do now that Sanford's coming back to make the numbers in their favor. 4v5 doesn't seem ideal, but it's instantly we're seeing the Divine Judgment lock down 1. 5 members against 3. Sanford now getting in front of Albert as Yawi is disrespecting R7, trying to make something happen here. The Bravest Warrior gets locked up into the Albert gets locked down, but he still manages to get on out. Sanford is still alive, but now the backline is done for. R7 is the next to fall. A 2-for-1 trade, maybe even one more. Benny QT unable to find it.
What a play coming out from Carl TZ, just snagging one of the members of RRQ to save his teammates as well. And he even utilized the Daytona's welcome onto his opponent so that they'll land the double stun. Unfortunately, Echo weren't able to kill up Albert, but they did take out the Lord, and now they control the purple buff as well. Echo with the economic advantage.
Well, right now, you can see that advantage, how confident it makes Echo. And even just like you said, Carl TZ walking around 1 versus 5, he doesn't really care at this point. So, I mean, Wolf, what does RRQ need to do to get back into this game? It's 5K ahead for Echo.
Well, they have to concede the control to the map control now for Echo. Just utilize Albert or maybe R7 to kind of split push the waves and allow for Skylar and Clay to just farm the incoming waves. So it's going to be totally defensive now for RRQ Hoshi. Echo's power spike is literally right now mid-game. They have to respect that.
Yep, Sanford coming in. Yawi finds the catch once again. Good spatial awareness, and the outer turret will fall as Echo now with a 5-man pushing into the inhibitors against 4. RRQ playing hyper defensively. Albert has to clear these waves so far. But we see on the bot side, even Carl TZ doesn't mind, proxies the wave, and that's going to be every single outer turret, very systematic coming out of Echo.
It's going to be difficult for RQ to defend this, especially when Yawi's just finding all of these openings. Yawi already has got a fleeting time. That means that from here on out, you're always afraid of Yawi. Like every 30 or every minute, I mean, there's a threat of the Divine Judgment one shot.
I mean, just at this point, slowly whittling down the base here of RRQ. Echo knowing that they're in full control at this point. And this is, again, referring back to the series we saw with Blacks International, this is what Echo does, right? When they have this lead, they don't let go.
Oh, the wall charge connects, but Yawi was able to get his animation off in time, and now Sanford coming in with the Black Dragon form, looking to try and get a punish here. Echo find nothing, but with the 7K lead, RRQ do not want to get in that.
My goodness, even just the plans of RQ, it's not even working at this point. This is because of the fact that Echo does have the map control, but you have to respect that if you're RQ. Wanna just farm Echo though, they're doing the lane freeze so that they force out. They're like smoking out the members of RQ, get out of their base by freezing the minion waves.
Well, I mean, that's, again, going back to this whole point, like, you have Grok. Yes, it was a key to victory. If it ain't broke, you know, keep picking Grok. But this time, Vin hasn't been able to find the targets he wants to, but let's say he does. What damage do you have to throw at Echo right now? You know, I think Clay and Skylar both have a couple items, but it's still hard to get through that front line, and even if you do, you've got every other angle to worry about, right? And Sanji so far, 6-0-3, rocking the Petrify here, can most likely one combo everybody from RQ, except maybe Vin and Albert, right? R7 is even in quite a bit of danger with this Lapu Lapu pick. So now, next Lord up here, Echo. Oh,
Vin, he fights two, and the real one manipulation comes on down. They find one pick, like you were talking about, Sanji. No time to react in time, and now our RQ are in position to maybe hit a Lord here. Let's see how they play out, because Albert might be in some trouble. Yawi is again threatening him with the Divine Retribution. Kartizi getting zoned out for now, but he's really far ahead of the team. Yawi once again looking at Albert's positioning. Albert making sure that he doesn't get locked down for the time being. R7 looking for something against Sanford here, but the same goes for Albert. He's got to be so careful as the mid wave gets pushed in. We see Skylar get locked down by Yawi. The counter engagement. Sanford now looking to punch the backline instantly. They find Skylar. No looking for him. Albert's trying to run Vin with a wild charge to make it out of there. And once again, the economic advantage from Echo still puts them ahead.
I definitely agree with you, Gideon. It's just the items that allowed Echo to really just hammer through like a bantering ram against RRQ Hoshi, but also the dive potential. Even after they were able to take out Sanji, there's still Yawi, there's still Sanford. So many heroes that can go to the backlines, and Skylar only does have one dash and one flicker. It wasn't enough to keep himself alive during that skirmish. Echo now wins the economic battle.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Even if you expend all those resources from RRQ to find one member of Echo, at this point in the game, it's not going to be enough. They have to figure out how to stall the game further, allow Skylar, allow Clay to get the items they need, and then those sets from Vin will result in two more. Winning those team fights, winning those even skirmishes, if they can get 2 down from Echo, 3 down maybe, is much better. But as this game progresses, it's 9K ahead for Echo, and it's showing here as the Lord marches the mid.
This is going to be a guaranteed inhibitor, but topside is collapsing at the same time. R7 is trying to slow it down, but now the engagement happens, and immediately Sanford with the Black Dragon Bone with the help of Salmon Force, the back line getting attacked by R7, but it really doesn't matter here as the Shroud Residue keeps Sanford alive. Immediately, we see Skylar fall once again, and that is going to be that. Wait, hold on, Yawi, they're trapped. They're locked in there. They can't seem to be getting out of here with the barrier already down. Yeah, Benny QT jumps into Salmon Force once again to finally turn this fight around. They're phasing through everybody, and R7 is just looking helplessly. R7 tries with the Bravest Warrior, but the rest of them are looking to end this game. Kartizi is walking backwards with Sanji as well. Doesn't want to jump in. It's too threatening as Divine Judgment comes on through. Knockup connects. Rough Wave's not going to be committed. Daytona's welcome. Throws him against the turnstile, and that is going to be game number 1 for Echo.
First blood drawn here by Echo. And again, a very strong fashion. We've seen it before in previous series.
And there we go, guys. An easy win for Echo on the first match. Hopefully RRQ can answer back. Skylar was not able to pop off on that one. Which if you remember from just their previous match, RRQ against Onyx, it was usually Skylar popping off and being the answer to most of the clashes against their opponents. But oh man, dancing guys. But this time just didn't happen. Hopefully RRQ can answer back and show us a good game. Yeah, too much. I mean, Goldie needs to push. Tomorrow will be the finals, guys. So go Aka tournament. That was so fast. Yeah, that was a quick game by Echo. Echo showing that they really want a rematch against the Blacklist, man. The Echo wants revenge. Pinoy versus Pinoy, what's your opinion? To be honest, stay what? Actually, any country, man. I was actually, before the M4 started, I was rooting for Brazil. As long as the team deserves it, right? I mean, they are fighting for for a reason, which is the better team. They are duking it out to find out who is the better team. If they win, then I guess that just means they're the better team. Whatever their country is from, to be honest. But I know we do have they have the Indo Pride, PH Pride, Malaysian Pride. You know, just don't get carried away with the trash talk, though. We're all ML players. We all love Hilda, right? We all love Hilda. We all love Tiktai's Hilda. So, hey guys, what's up? Move Faizin, what's up? Anyways, yeah, Hilda OP. Kuya, shout out. Host po kayo ng tournament. Cedric Jimenez, shout out. What's up, ba? That by Snoo Snoo. What's the cause of that? Crushed pelvic bone. Oh, here we are, casters. Mirko, this is Mirko, right? Assassin Dave. And I forgot the other name. Kyrie Leaf, please. Shout out to Joel Mendeja. Again, guys, 10 minutes before the next game, so we're gonna be waiting for it. Shin Potato, what's up? Echo na to, mga par, from Dustin Place. Bring back the Pooping Elgin thumbnail. When did they ever do that, man? Semi, what's up? Paul Jamesville. So anyways, let's chill for now. That's just one game. It goes to Echo. So tomorrow is gonna be the finals. To be honest, any team would work as long as they will show us a good fight tomorrow, man. Which team do you think is gonna give Echo? I mean, which team is gonna give Blacklist a run for their money? Shout out Annalisa Reyes. It's gonna be decided on which team is gonna be fighting for the finals tomorrow. Mas hinihintay ko pa next upload mo. Shin Potato. Yeah, I know there's also a lot. There's actually a huge part of ML players that does not care about the esports part. A lot, actually. It's surprisingly a lot. Solwin Gaming, what's up? Surprisingly, a lot of ML players actually does not care that much about the esports part of the game. It was kind of surprising to see the... Shout out to Simple28. This is our recap. We're gonna publish an unboxing video after this one because Moonton sent us stuff. Moonton sent us... Yeah, good luck for the both team, man. Both teams are doing good, to be honest, man. Actually, all teams that came to M4, already props to all the teams that came to M4 and performed at M4. I think these guys are all pros, man. Just imagine being so pro that they pay you to travel to Jakarta, Indonesia and play games. Shout out Levi Rus, what's up? Chile, what's up? Fredrin Championship skin. I think so. Fredrin or Kerry Championship skin is not... sounds legit because those heroes has been doing quite good in the M4 and really being spammed. Sanford, is this the 16-year-old guy? Man, so young. Shout out Kyle Apura, what's up? When will they add SD storage alternative? I am not sure, bro. I am not sure. I am not one of the Moonton staff. Sir Elgin, di po kayo nag-try sumali sa MPL. If we do try to join the MPL, we're gonna have to give up on our content creation, man. Because, you know, it's hard to be a content creator and a professional player at the same time. That's, you know, something has to give. Give me your cup. Ebs, what's up? Tortang Tagahalong Talonga. Probably, I'm not sure. Wait, what is my name? I'm not sure, but probably not because we do love peanut butter more than tortang talong. Meow meow, what's up? Merc Elgin Merkwen. I'm not sure, man. We probably need to work on that. You can be a professional content player. I can be a professional content player? You mean I can be a professional player and content creator? Man, something has to give. That's gonna be hard. The time alone is not gonna work. Yo, Daddy Elgin. Yo, what's up? Son? Daughter? How old are you? We're 36 years old. Game 2, let's vote. We're gonna set up the poll for the game 2. Let's end the poll first. Go. Ano ulam niyo, Kuya Elgin? Elgin's t-shirt with speaker says his intro. The Hey Guys, What's Up t-shirt. Have you ever watched One Piece? Yeah, we do watch One Piece. Read manga. Watch anime a lot. Read mangas a lot. Hello, Kuya. Ba't sikat ang Tank Jungle ngayon? Tank Jungle had a face before. They were the meta. Kuya Elgin, kumain ka na? Yeah, I ate. Say Bing Chilling. Bing Chilling? What does Bing Chilling mean? Is that Bing from Chandler Bing? Elgin, is the One Piece real? We have not yet seen it. It's the episode is still not in One Piece. Elgin Merc when? Probably, man, soon. Hopefully we can work on that Elgin Merc. Probably. There's just so much work with everyday content, man. Let's make your Merc into a reality. Oh, how about tongs? Oh yeah, we actually thought of that already. Elgin Merc but tongs. Hashtag normalize tongs for guys. Even for girls, man. We don't discriminate. Guys, girls, tongs. Hashtag tongs. Normalize tongs. And that's gonna be our first Merc, if ever. One more Bing Chilling. What's Bing Chilling? Bing Chilling? Ano thoughts mo sa gameplay ng RRQ? On this recent match, probably had a bad start, RRQ. RRQ did insanely good against Onyx though, but Echo is just going in on this fight with a different mindset, man. They want Blacklist blood. Echo wants some Blacklist blood, so they are intense right now. They actually had a harder time against, Echo. Do you watch anime English dub or sub? There's rarely any anime that has a good English dub. I think the only anime that has a good English dub is Cowboy Bebop. I have not yet come across an anime that I would rather... I don't know. Even though I don't understand Japanese, it's different when you're hearing the original stuff. Shout out. When are you gonna make an OF? What's OF? Merc is pronounced Merc. Oh, Merc. Elgin Merc. Okay, not Merc. Okay. Good to know, man. We learn something new every day. Merc. So we're gonna have Elgin Merc soon, and it's gonna be tongs. Like on the, where will you put the sign? Hashtag normalize tongs, man. Guys, girls. You watch Initial D na. I don't know why, but Initial D kind of passed over my thingy. I'm more of a fantasy guy. Fantasy anime. I love wizards, dragons, and whatnot. Swordsmen, mages. Where did Me and the Boys series go? We had to stop the vlog for the Me and the Boys because we had to focus on our main channel. Daddy Elgin, ugh! How to say ugh? Joe Everyman, what's up? Say pizza. How? Pizza? What? Kuya Elgin, are you a car guy? Not really, man. I'm not a car guy. Although we do have a car, but as long as it works, I don't mind having scratches on the car. It's the engine that's... As long as it runs, man. As long as the engine is in good condition, I'm not one of those guys who goes gaga when their car is scratched or has paint job and stuff. Not really, man. Which is good for them, but not really. Elgin, pants with text. I like thick thighs. Thick thighs. Kuya Elgin, sino po favorite character niya sa One Piece? Zoro. I love Zoro, man. I love the joke about Zoro. About Zoro getting lost. You wouldn't be surprised if Zoro shows up on a different anime. Like, that's normal, man. That's Zoro. If Zoro shows up on Demon Slayer, it's fine, man. Just point the direction. It's normal for Zoro. That's how bad he gets lost, man. He's starting to show up on different animes. Who do you think will win in game 2? Hopefully RRQ can show us a good game against this Echo. Shows up on MLBB. Kuya Elgin, ano masasabi mo sa Jujutsu Kaisen? Good. Animation collab is always good. Ooh, Team RRQ Brazil watching the champions. What do you think is going on in their mind as they watch the champions that they could have been there? They think, ooh, who's that? Is that... You watch Rick and Morty? Ooh, I love Rick and Morty, man. I love Rick and Morty. BoJack Horseman, Archer, all those stuff. We do read a lot. We also love reading books. Anyways, come on, start, damn it. Boku no Pico. Let's go. Draft pick. We're gonna shut up. Let's focus on the game. Draft pick starts.
Game number 1 that Echo took advantage of. I want to see RRQ take advantage of it in game number 2.
Only for the Eve. It's a Clay special, but maybe against a team like Echo where you want to take control of the tempo. Maybe you don't go for those passive type of heroes. Maybe we give Clay a proactive hero in the mid lane, maybe a Farsa perhaps, or a Lilia, right? So that they can dictate the tempo themselves. We'll see. So far, the Frederick, the 1-1, the Glue, these 3 heroes that we said that will be constantly banned in this game. I think you ban out the carry as well if you're RRQ. You don't give Benny Cutie that comfortable hero.
I was gonna say that's what it's looking like, right? You kind of have that decision. Whoa. They don't. So this is, I would say, 99% going to be a carry here. Yeah. Right. Let's expect it.
It's carry.
Okay,
right?
It's carry.
So this is Eve and Yuzhong. If you're RRQ Hoshi, hopefully they are very comfortable. Well, they are, but they are 2 great heroes to counter that out. There you go.
Wow, called it right on the dot. Eve and as well as Yuzhong here. R7 is going to have a lot of work on his hands because, again, it does boil down to whether or not he can actually catch Benny QT with the Petrify and then look to go for the full combination, chuck her down to half HP maybe, and that would be ideal for the rest of the team to kind of clean them up. But Winds of Nature is such a powerful item. It's rather frustrating for backline divers to deal with such a simple counter.
Oh, Cho. On top of that, Echo going to get their hands on this Cho pick, which we know does wonders in the hands of Yaoi, but also the Grok is there. Their quick response on the other side, it's RRQ taking up the Diggy.
I mean, in the presence of what? 2 of the greatest crowd control heroes out there, the Cho and the Grok, pick up the Diggy and then you're fine. Does it look like an RRQ Hoshi hero though? That's the question. Because again, they want to be aggressive. Unless they utilize this Diggy in an aggressive manner.
I think they absolutely can. And now that they know that Grok is probably, he could go, he's most likely going to go into the EXP lane, I would assume at this point, but I'm going to hold my breath for a second because based on what we're seeing that's being banned here from RRQ, I wouldn't be too surprised if they do decide to ban out Lilia and then really minimizes what Sanji can play. He might have to just default to the Kagura.
That's right. But then again, for RRQ Hoshi, what they will have problems about is that their marksman hero pool will be diminished now with a Fanny ban late into the game. It's pretty surprising. Are we seeing a Claude or maybe a Leslie ban from Echo? Oh, it's a Claude ban. So what's left for Skylar then?
Unless we see something new like we did in the couple previous days, right? Where we saw Melissa, Moskov. You have those options because a lot is banned out here. So really it's kind of up to what position you want to allow Skylar to be in, right? When you have this Diggy, when you have this Eve, you have to play around that and allow your gold lane to shine, especially across from you as a carry who has been dominating in terms of marksman picks, gold lane picks, and you know how much she's going to be shredding those initiators.
Oh, here we go, the next lock-in coming in from RRQ. It's going to be Karina. Okay, I like it. At least Karina can get on top of the carry. Finally. Okay, they're shaking things up. I was expecting the Barats too. Hilda as well as the Valentina. I'm surprised that RRQ didn't pick it for themselves, the Valentina in particular, but nicely done. I think Echo, this is looking like a really solid draft.
Yeah, is this a Cho jungle or a
Cho
Grok
jungle, most likely. Unless they decide to flex the
Cho, right? But I think it's a Cho jungle myself.
Here's the proof that I'm still
okay.
alive.
Well, we haven't talked about Brody much. I would say that it's rather 50-50 in terms of Brody alone, right? You really need to be able to scale up. You really need to be able to get your marks off and then the torn apart memories. The damage can be great, but still, like what we saw, you could say the same thing about Beatrix last game. Damage can be phenomenal, but if you can't actually get in range, you can't get the targets you need to, that's where it struggles.
I guess for the side of RRQ Hoshi, they now have to play the RRQ Hoshi way where they are very aggressive. Don't let this composition coming out from Echo to build up when it comes to the momentum and the farm. Carry will be a problem in the latter portions of the game. They have to make sure that this Brody-Karina duo carry should output the damage in the early to the mid game.
Well, we're going to find out in just a couple seconds as we're loading up here. Again, Echo taking the first blood in the series. Best of 5, Land of Dawn beckons. And we're jumping into game number 2.
All right, here we go. Let's see how game 2 is going to present itself here, especially with the way the lanes could possibly end up turning around. I'm a little worried because, again, it really depends on where Yawi kind of wants to go. He could technically help out a lane. He could technically instantly look for these invades. But I think overall, it's better to help out that laner because Brody is going to bully Benny QT for a majority of this game.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Wolf? I mean, especially with those matchups, even Cardinal TZ on this Cho, are they going to get that much value out of it, or are they going to be relying more so on Yawi to just cause havoc?
Yeah, I think that Carl TZ is more like he's going to be the frontliner. This Cho will not be like a sniping Cho with those flickers because this is a retribution Cho. So you're kind of first in, and then Sanford and Yawi will be the ones to kind of give up, find the better targets. For example, Yawi can just skip the front lines, get to the back lines, find Clay, and pressure those backliners for RRQ Hoshi instead of like Cho looking for the better targets.
Oh, but up outside, R7 might be in a little bit of trouble. It gets full hit by the power of nature call. TZ, he's going to hit 4 off of this. R7 might want to get out of there for now, but Albert on the opposite side of the map already just hitting his level 4, just power farming his way. Let's see how Echo is going to respond as Turtle's coming up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Albert farming quite quickly here, expected with Jungle Emblem.
Yep, and Cortez instantly making the play onto Clay so far. Forcing out the flicker, but instantly Albert able to respond. Shadow Dance looking so very good. First blood falls into the hands of RRQ.
Great idea coming out from Echo, but unfortunately, RRQ Hoshi are prepared for it. Clay even had the flicker back then, so that's why that play was questionable, kind of questionable for Echo. Surely you will have the damage, but knowing that Eve does have the flicker, it's too much of a risk. What a stun.
Is he still alive here? Skylar might actually get the trade. Now he survives with just 1 HP. Nicely done. On the opposite side of the map is Echo. Start the turtle, R7, Black Dragon form. Sanford instantly getting the knockoff onto Albert, but it doesn't really matter as the real one manipulation has forced them out. Echo has got what they want. Petrified from R7 is going to turn it around, but no. Way of the Dragon kicking the Black Dragon underneath the turret, securing the kill and making sure Sanji's life is worthwhile.
Oh, Sanji with a stolen times journey. The entire turtle fight of RRQ Hoshi is based on the fact that they have to be the ones to stun up Echo. They have what? The dragon form, they have Eve's control, but that was completely nullified with a stolen Diggy ultimate. And RRQ even lost the retribution battle as Cortez and Sanford just made sure that they zone out Albert all the time. Turtle fight is what Echo really banks on in the knockout stages.
RRQ has to be able to win those turtle fights, to win those even Lord fights later on here. And as you even saw a glimpse of the items, you see that already Benny Cutie locking in that corrosive scythe, going to be trying to farm up. A lot of attention here, top side though.
Well, let's see how they're going to play it out. Cortez might be able to make the play again, but Albert is ready for him this time. with 4v4 up on this top side, and Turtle coming up in 47 seconds. Looks like nothing's gonna happen for the time being. Wait, Yaoi? Oh, no, they back off here.
Be very tense now for RRQ. We did say that they need to control the tempo of this game. They have to be the ones to get out of the laning stage with the better economy, but it seems like Echo, with just one turtle fight, they now are controlling it. It's not over though. RRQ Hoshi, if they find an opening, come the second turtle of the game, maybe they can snowball out of that. But otherwise, Echo will just take over the game.
Speaking of snowball, RRQ ranked first in damage dealt per minute? I wasn't expecting that, honestly.
I wasn't either, but even when we got to look at that little hexagon graph thing, I mean, you could, in the stats, you could see that they love those team fights, and even the fact that the journey they've had up to this point, this matchup with Echo, they've had to go against some of those more aggressive teams on the way, right? And so they've kind of adopted this playstyle for RRQ, whether it's that scrappy, aggressive playstyle or even that utility kind of objective-based. Now that's the thing, this is the fight for them. And still, a lot of this focus here on these neutral objectives early on. Turtle, quite low.
Yep, so low. Real world manipulation is already up, but the time journey is spent by both sides. Black Dragon form is in. R7's waiting for the opportunity to jump on in for the Petrify. Finds one, instantly comboing with Albert. Shadow Execution's looking so very nice right now, but Kaltizi still has his retribution, looking for an opportunity. Reverse time is going to send him back, but it doesn't matter. They find that turtle.
That's exactly what they have to do, right? RRQ, if they can grab a kill, great, but if you can at least get those objectives where you start getting that favor in your advantage, allow yourself to allow Skylar, hell, even Clay, to come online faster this game. That's best case scenario. Let's see how this all goes. Items being picked up here, Wolf.
We did say that RRQ Hoshi needed to control that second turtle. They have to take it. We put a lot of emphasis in that, and that's exactly what they did. That's why now they have equalized. They now have the advantage. And this is off of Vin's usage of the ultimate as well as Clay. The angle that he utilized, the real-world manipulation, put Sanford in a very bad spot because Sanford had to use the wild charge. Surely it was able to attack Clay, but of course Clay will not be stunned up, will not be able, his ultimate will not be cancelled because of that. And as a result, you have Echo not having a frontliner already, with him being taken out by RRQ Hoshi.
This is a difficult thing for Sanji to decide, right? When you're running this Valentina, you've got great three options across from you, right? Do you take the Times Journey, the real world manipulation, or maybe even that Black Dragon form? And that's tough, but now you can see RRQ, knowing this minor advantage they built themselves, they're gonna keep pressing the issue here. Now they have one turret down as well, they can work around with that space, but still, this also allows Skylar to continue to farm up with somewhat of a safety measure, and if Vin continues to protect Skylar, this is the best thing that can happen for him right now in this portion of the game.
I think for the most part of it, right? Bottom side, R7's gotta be careful here. If he jumps on forward, Benny QT is gonna kill him. So now they're dividing and conquering. 3 on top side, 2 on bottom. Sanford finds an angle for a flicker wild charge, which almost resulted into a kill. R7 is still alive. Black Dragon wants to get on out of there as Tier 1 falls. Tier 2 is the next to drop.
Man. I was just about to say, there was a lot of focus on RRQ Hoshi up top lane. If R7 keeps himself alive and defend the turret up down bottom, that will be a favorable trade for RRQ Hoshi. And boy, oh boy, R7, he did not fail us. Even with the flicker usage coming out from Echo, he's able to get out of there.
Yep, but with real world manipulation already used in the mid lane, this turtle will go over to RRQ Hoshi, now developing a lead for themselves. Is this the momentum? Is this the turnaround? Clay ends up dying to Benny QT already. Sanford with Power Nature fights the wild charge. No, instantly uses his ult to get him out of there, but it's timed out, and now he's getting kicked back by the woods. By the way, the dragon, Yaoi is able to secure the kill, but Kartizi is able to get the trade. Yaoi's the next, should be the next to fall. And R7 doesn't pick him up. Skylar with the auto! No! He hit the tower twice!
That is a disaster there for RRQ. I mean, they found a couple setups and everything else, but they couldn't capitalize to make it even further in their favor, Wolf.
Oh, very scrappy fight from both teams you saw. However, Benny did not scrap himself, finding Clay even after the flicker. Because of the fact that Clay kind of reacted a split second later than he should, he was taken out by the projectiles coming out from Benny. Eventually, Carl Tizzy wanted to go for Vin. Yeah, surely they did for some time journey as well as the flicker, but man, they exchanged for a kill. And CalTZ dying twice already in this game. That's not good for Echo.
Oh, the damage coming in from Skylar as well.
Yeah, picking up right there, that moment before he popped that torn apart memory, he picked up the Malefic Roar. You can see it, right? Skylar's in a comfortable position now, has the items that he needs on this Brody, can continue to put pressure wherever he decides to be. You see Vin and Clay parking themselves a lot of times around him because if anyone gets trapped in that death box, it's going to be tough for them to deal with. But still at this point, RRQ now a little bit of a comfortable lead to work with. Can they transition to this into a first Lord pickup?
Oh, they should. It's imperative for the side of RRQ Hoshi to take care of that Lord again. Echo does have good scaling, but RRQ Hoshi, they do have a big advantage already. You can see Enfield Skylar now with his power spike. At 9 minutes in, it's the mid game. We know that the weapon master Brody is gonna pack up a punch. It's something that RRQ is utilizing right now.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
advantage!
No, he gets that. No way he gets that. But now, with no Shattered Memories here, CalTZ may have a little bit of difficulty getting on in. Has been forced to flicker on out of here as Sanford is able to get some good damage for the time being. But that's going to be Lord. Time Journey already being used, but instantly dying over to Saji. And Saji ends up getting traded back. Skylar gets kicked, and now with him dead, this allows Benekyu to keep on going forward. He doesn't care anymore, but Albert is running all crazy. They fight it, a 3-for-2 trade in favor of RRQ.
How did Skylar survive that? What a play there. And also a misstep by Echo. They couldn't capitalize on that kill. Benekyu was out of that fight. And now it's RRQ driving down with his momentum.
Well, the way that he survived there was great. And he didn't panic. Also, I would like to credit, he dodged the Guardian's Barrier. This is high-end Dry Grok with a lot of like attack items. That's why even the Guardian's Barrier would have taken him off. Instead of like fully backing down, he actually stopped for a bit so that he will not be hit by the Guardian's Barrier materializing in front of him. Skylar is cracked.
Oh, they're going so far right now with the momentum. CalTZ getting a good kick onto Diggy so far, but here comes the Black Dragon form to zone them up. CalTZ is stuck, he's trapped, he's dead, and now the rest of the team is going to be hitting onto the inhibitor. The Lord is already down with the real world manipulation, looking to turn it around. Time Journey to get his team out of there. RRQ have got what they want, and now they back off.
And now it's RRQ's time to play with this momentum in their favor, and they're doing exactly that. Wolf, what did this last couple minutes here transition? It's only 11 minutes into the game. How's it looking for RRQ?
Oh, definitely looking good for RRQ. This is their power spike, as we talked about. But then again, we also look at the other components of their composition. With the Divine Glaive available for the Eve, who opted to go for the penetration boots this time, Clay will be hurting a lot of Echo. Despite it, like, we're looking at the real-world manipulation, you don't really look at the damage that it outputs, but with all of the items that Clay was able to get, he is now going to be a threat. Look at that though, Queen Swings coming up from R7.
And at the same time, you know, as we get ready for this next pretty much push, or maybe it's the next Lord here, what does Echo have to do to get back into this game, Wolf? I mean, they're down to 5,000 gold. They've only got 2 turrets. RRQ owns their side of the map.
Well, they have to find a way to kick R7, or Skylar, I mean, into their favor. They have the damage on Benekyu already. They have the items that they needed. But the fact of the matter is they are not finding good jumps onto Skylar.
I don't think it's that easy as well. Like,
It's
a lot of
not.
it really just comes down to CalTZ and Sanford. They're the only people who can really do it. And even Sanji, whatever he takes, he's going to get punished. Like, the Black Dragon form seems like a good idea, but considering how far ahead RRQ is right now, it's, disgusting.
The biggest thing that was just picked up here by Benekyu is that Wind of Nature. You mentioned it earlier, Gideon. It's a strong item, right? And that can actually turn the tide of these team fights if they're able to allow Benekyu to stay alive. Conceal play coming out, but they're just kind of scouting around here. They know that they don't have much vision.
Wow.
You can hear the roar, by the way.
Vince Diggy does have like Divine Glaive. And with just two time bombs, he's able to put CalTZ down to 80% HP. That's a tank. This guy's the time bombs. They hurt.
They really hurt. It's
Look at
shocking.
that.
Wait, is this an engagement where you see? Oh, Sanford, he had an opportunity. Really good Guardian's Barrier, but no follow-up so far. CalTZ trying to get into the Lord Pit right now as R7 begins it. And now RRQ, they secure the Lord, but now the fight has already begun. The Black Dragon form decides to steal the real world manipulation. They're done for Benny QT. Winds of Nature's ain't gonna protect him long enough as the rest of RRQ chase them down. Finds one, finds two, it's Albert! 4 for nothing in favor of RRQ. Sanji, just hide. Don't show yourself. He's out of here. Skylar almost dying, torn apart. Memories hits. And Albert, he wants it. Give it to him. Give it to him, Sanji. 1 HP. He's not done. He heals back up just in time.
Man, Albert wanted that kill, man. He was going in deep, but still, it's a push from RRQ.
And now the real one manipulation is out to clear the way. Sapper tries his best. No, he gets pulled back. And now the Lord is in. Maltese tries his best, but Skylar puts the final nail in the coffin of this game. GG, well played. Over for RRQ.
And there we go, guys. RRQ answering back with a win. So good thing this is not a one-sided match. We are gonna see a lot of good games from the looks of it. So there you go, man. Albert on that last one, right? Albert on that last one, chasing down Valentina, going in balls deep inside the enemy's base. Couldn't finish it though. But still, great job for RRQ, man, giving us a good show. So good job, low job for the both team. Whew. Pinapartidahan lang. Anyways, good job for both teams, man. That Jap Sergio. Is this a new member? Did I not see you from before? Jap Sergio? Jap Seiro. Did you become a member just now? I did not notice. Anyways, welcome to the Peanut Butter Club, Jap Seiro. Jap Seiro. Welcome, and thank you for the donation and support, and for being a member of the Peanut Butter Club group. Are you supporting Echo? To be honest, man, any team would work. Blacklist is already on the finals. Any team on this one, to be honest, I will be glad whoever wins as long as we get a good fight. But kasi core si Cho, kasi sa RJ wala ganun. Why don't they use Trizla? Cho jungle on that fight, on that particular fight, did not work. But we have to remember, they also tried, I forgot which team, but it was also, I think, in the recent matches, they also tried to use Cho jungle again. But it didn't work. Yo, Captain Awesome Gaming, thank you for joining the Peanut Butter Club. So thank you guys for that support. Shout out Benji. Indo celebrating showroom. Yeah, they actually tried to pull that off before, but it was a different team. They also tried to go for a show jungle, but it didn't work. I think that was the second time I've seen the show jungler on M4. Peanut Butter Club, let's go. Captain Awesome Gaming, thank you for being a member, man. They did it. It's shout out Kuya Eghan Imaw. Eghan Imaw. Wag ka na mag-show jungle, Carl C. From Cresidios Gaming. Shout out to Astra's X. So we're basically just let's check out the Shoutcaster's thoughts about actually that show jungler. Oh, never mind, man. They're just selling Beatrix skin. But we will listen to the Shoutcaster's thoughts on that show jungler. Do you watch Avatar? Yeah, I love Avatar. Not the blue dudes. I love Aang, Zuka. Oh, I love Toph, Earthbender Toph. I also watched Avatar. What's this? The girl? Forgot the name. I was more focused on the Avatar Aang than the second season. Season book. Forgot. Yes, we love Toph. I love Toph. Was that Toph's daughter or granddaughter on that new season? The badass girl that kind of looks like Camille. Never mind, not Camille. I did not say Camille. Echo always lose with show jungle. Yeah. Aling Cora. Azula baby. They watch One Piece? Yeah, I think most of us watch One Piece, right? Can you please say Uwu? Oh, let's listen to the shoutcasters first, guys. What they think about the Choujang girl.
In game number 3, actually, dig in the Yuzhong. I think that will be a little of shift into those two heroes come game number 3 because they really look strong in previous game.
Well, let's find out. Analysts, take it away.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Didn't I notice a mood shift in the last game, ladies and gentlemen? From the two gentlemen who were sitting right next to me, and one looked really happy, and one was nodding the whole game. So, yeah, what's going on, Mirko?
Well, honestly, let's start with the drafts, right? The drafts was, honestly, in my opinion, what made RRQ win above, obviously, their execution that was pitch perfect too. Here, firstly, the Brody pick was so good, and the way they utilized the Brody pick is they understood the Brody carry matchup is a winning lane for the Brody, so they kept on going to the Brody lane, getting him ahead, and when Skylar gets ahead, you can see how much damage he was able to do, how much farm, and even how much of a beast he is, sieging turrets down on the Brody.
Absolutely, and I want to point out Brody's item, right? This guy has a attack speed item. Leo, I mean, I understand this is the game that you also were nodding the whole game, you're analyzing. Tell us about the attack speed item on this Brody.
In addition to winning the lane, the fact that you can just let out those stacks so much faster, and the fact that Echo have layers upon layers of engage allows for Skylar to just deal so much damage to Echo's front line, which again was set up early on, right? They picked up the Cho in the first half, and then I don't know, we can only really imagine what was going on in the minds of Coach Treb and Coach Tick and the rest of the team, wherein they suddenly said, you know what, Yaoi, give it to Carl. Pick up a Hilda, and then we'll go from there. We appreciate the effort, right? We appreciate the concept, but exactly what happened in game, in this 14-minute game was...
Okay, nothing much about the about the guys, about the analysts. So anyways, there you go. What's Uwu? Cutie Pie, what's up? Lee Hor. Hello from Cambodia. What's up, Lee Hor? Lee Hor. I need to learn how to pronounce names, man. Ighan Imao. What's Uwu? Is that Uwu? Say Uwu. What's Uwu? Elgin, do you watch One Piece? Yeah, I watch One Piece, man. I think most of us watches One Piece. Sorry na wag ka na magalit, Uwu. Sorry na wag ka na magalit, Uwu. Is Uwu just trying to be cute? Do you say Uwu just... Okay, so... Okay. Now we know. He has to be cute. Parang bobo naman kasi yung Jungle Chew. May digi, may jungle. Intense Thoughts by Patrick Gonzalez. May digi, mag Jungle Chew pa. So a lot of people are really hating on that Jungle Chew. Say uwu please, Elgin. What? Watch JoJo, Elgin. You love it. My kid loves JoJo. For some reason, I only watched the JoJo season 1. Toyongan Shalom C, what's up? I only watched the JoJo season 1 and it got me weirded out. I love weird, man. I do love weird stuff. But JoJo was like... And they were speaking British. They had the British accent. It was so weird. I was watching JoJo season 1 and they were having British accents and... do you watch Mushoku Tensei? Not Tokyo Ghoul, yeah. Tokyo Ghoul, yes. Terizla is a good jungler. Man, I do love anime, man, but I just had to pass on JoJo. Probably I didn't watch enough. That's why. Do you read One Piece manga? Yeah, we do. Watch Trash Taste podcast. Did you watch M4 or Hentai? Hentai? What's hentai? I don't know what's hentai, man. I do not know. Is that an anime? Parasite? Yeah. Parasite's good. Tingnan yung reaction. Tignan yung reaction ni Elgin. Talo RRQ sa game 1 and talo halatang RRQ fan siya. Ayaw sa PH. To be honest, like I said, man, I would have any other team. I don't care about the country as long as they give us a good game. I don't care if I am not rooting for PH on this match as long as the team qualifies, as long as the team show us a great game, as long as the team deserves the win. That's my thoughts on this game. Please, Beaky Peter, what's up? Don't watch in English. What? Boko no Pico? Try it. That's why I love Emmanuel, what's up? Yeah, sure, Jai is juicy. Jojo gets weirder, especially in the late ones. So there you go. RRQ just losing on this one. Yes, sub is definitely the only anime that actually had a good dub was Cowboy Bebop. I think the only anime of every anime I've seen, the only anime that has a good dub was Cowboy Bebop. The other ones, Ian Miguel Nadal, what's up? When's next game? Soon, just 7 minutes after the next game. Space Dandy. Ooh, Space Dandy as well. It has that kind of... Yeah, Helix. It has that kind of feel. Space Dandy. Alright, here we go. Let's listen to the interview. Because I know you guys have been waiting for this.
Let us know your names. What's your name?
My name is Aldo.
My name is Decha.
My name is Maul.
Maul. Who is your favorite player and why? Siapa player favorit? Kenapa?
Albert, karena dia satu-satu dan walaupun retrinya agak bau, on point.
He said that Albert is his favorite because of the retribution. It's on point even though it's Okay, how about you? Favorite player, why?
Albert, karena dia jago.
Oh, Albert's again because it was great. He is great. Maul? Siapa Ul?
Lemon.
Lemon.
There we go. Basically, just interviewing the RRQ fans for that last game. Cowboy Bebop Tagalog dub. I have not. Is that an actual thing? Di na kailangan magpataba RRQ. Ano po benefits mo po kuya sa membership? You can use emotes, I think. We're still thinking of the other benefits for the members. Edison Aviles, what's up? You have a green name and you can use emotes. Elgin use Hilda when I know we're kind of working on different animations right now, and we stopped with the LG news. I want to work more on frame by frame animation. Chainsaw Man, yeah, nice also. Chainsaw Man, Makima was yummy on the old part. Oh snap. Anyways, we're not gonna spoil. No spoilers. I will try to avoid spoilers because I usually read manga rather than watch anime, to be honest. Update the poll. Yeah, we will update the poll. Boku no Pico? We're 36, Mr. Karma. We're 36. You have watched Trigun, Vash the Stampede. Definitely, man. One of the old school animes. Vash Stampede also has that kind of Cowboy Bebop feel. First chill. When Mean Sitar revamp release? There's still no specific date for the Mean Sitar revamp. Muse Asia and anyone? Do you think Attack on Titan is overrated or underrated? I think it deserves the attention that it had got. It's good. It's definitely different from your usual stuff, right? Yeah, there were moments when we're in Attack on Titan was just, it will give you goosebumps. Remember that charge? That charge that Captain, what was the gadang's name? And Levi killing the monkey titan. Well, not killing the monkey titan, but taking the monkey titan down. There were a lot of scenes on the Attack on Titan that will really give you goosebumps. And animes that does that is good. Solo Leveling, yeah, I've finished Solo Leveling actually. In manga, Oh, Beast Titan, yeah. Solo leveling, I like solo leveling at the mid and beginning. At the beginning and mid part of solo leveling, it was good. And I kind of stopped liking it on the end part because he was too OP, man. Too OP. I hate animes that the MC becomes too OP that he does not need anyone. But as the name implies, right? Solo leveling, but still. Solo leveling went so OP at the end, even at the very end. Kenji Adlaon, welcome to the Peanut Butter Club. Kenji Adlaon, man, welcome. Redo of Healer? Oh, I have not yet. Fairy Tail, insanely good. Fairy Tail actually is. I mean, the story is pretty normal. It's not that deep. It's just that it gives you the vibes, that old feeling, nostalgia of playing with your guildmates. I think that's one of the charms of Fairy Tail. Like having those old days adventure with your guildmates on your old games. I think that's one of the charms of Fairy Tail. But to be honest, Fairy Tail story isn't really that, Family Guy. Yeah, I love Family Guy as well. Patrick Gonzalez, welcome to the Peanut Butter Club. Again, guys, thank you for joining, man. Thank you for that support. Kenji Adlaon and Patrick Gonzalez. Akudamas Driver. Drive is a good anime. I have not yet seen that. Because usually, when it comes out to anime, it's already famous within the manga community. So I would often already read the manga before it becomes an anime. Because that's how they become an anime. Ooh, Hunter x Hunter. Don't get me started with Hunter x Hunter. Anyways, the creator of Hunter x Hunter is the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho, Ghost Fighter. And the wife of the creator of Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho, his wife is the creator of Sailor Moon. Like, what? Really? Berserk, not yet. Charlotte anime? Kaijin number 8. Yeah, Kaijin number 8. Did you watch Monster? Anyways, guys, when the draft pick starts, we're gonna shut up. Hunter x Hunter good? Hunter x Hunter? Naruto Shippuden, yeah. Solo leveling. Do you read Berserk manga? Nah, for some reason, I don't know why. Yeah, Genshin, OG anime. Because back then, when we had anime as kids, we don't have access to manga. It's just when the internet became a thing that we had access to manga, man. Yeah, back then there was no internet. When you want to use the internet, you can't because there's no internet. Chainsaw Man, yeah, we're far on Chainsaw Man. Where's the anime part on Chainsaw Man? Did someone already got eaten in Chainsaw Man? Family Guy, yeah. Deku, yeah, definitely. Also, Hero Academia is also good. Manga or anime? I would go for manga, except for on some exceptions. Because in manga, stuff in anime gets censored, man. It's the manga is more brutal if it's a brutal anime. A lot of stuff gets ooh, snap. That's fans, Indonesian fans. A lot of stuff gets censored on anime. Stop. Wait. Draft pick. Let's go. Let's focus on the game. M4, Mobile Legends and stuff. ML Life.
Ahead of you. So, I mean, with all those thoughts here in place, we're going to be jumping into the draft here for game number 3. It's Echo on the blue, RRQ on the red. Bands, very similar here, and right away, snapped up like that. There's the carry in the hands of Benny Q. Wants to give it another go.
It's
Anya Forger, thank you for joining the Peanut Butter Club. Thank you for that support, Anya Forger. Thanks, man.
There is no way for there is always a way for them to tag the backliners. Diggy is still open for RRQ Hoshi. That might be of a consideration right now. But what I like about both Lapu-Lapu and Farsa is that no matter what marksman there is for RRQ Hoshi, they have ways to reach the backlines, either through gap closing with the Lapu-Lapu and a one-shot potential, or through a Farsa. Combine them together, no marksman is safe.
This is going to be an interesting one because, again, this adjustment by making sure that you yourself have an artillery mage means that Sanji, even though he's going to be quote-unquote slower to get into the right position, the extra range that he gets from the feathered airstrike could make the difference if we see RRQ locking in something like Diggy. But instead, they're going to go for the Beatrix this time around. They're prioritizing having lane control rather than lane dominance.
One thing too about Sanji specifically as a player, we know that he loves to pull off those crazy plays with the flicker, right? So with him having this farce in his hand, you're going to expect that too. Whereas still, even when you lock in this Eve here, you want to be able to build upon the utility mindset for this match, right? You want to be able to do that. But again, you're complementing it with the Yuzhong pick, which we have said in this series specifically, or even throughout the tournament, it's been crucial for a lot of these teams' success.
Yeah, and honestly, if we're talking about success, we have to talk about supports because, again, nobody has revealed their supports, and they've just mirrored each other the entire way. I was thinking maybe Karina might get picked up early, or just maybe some foreshadowing, but Echo, immediately take it off. I'm expecting another assassin. There could be a chance that even Lolita might get banned off inside of Echo once more, so it denies R2 a way to disengage from fights.
Or maybe a Martis as well, because those are the heroes that Albert really likes to play. You kind of want to have a sustained hero here if you're RRQ Hoshi. Surely the Yuzhong will be eventually tanky, but you're gonna have to have a frontline so that both Eve as well as the Beatrix will have great positioning. That's also the reason why they ban out the Cho here, because they don't want Yaoi to have a hero that can go to the backlines. There's the Barrett's ban. Are we looking for a Ling pick for RRQ?
Yo, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that RRQ are telling, yo, Kartizi, show up. You have a skin around you. We want an assassin.
Well, I mean, let's take a look at the quote here, and that might be the story, right? Carl Teasy, I think we're the best team. I'm a team player right now, so I don't care about the stats or MVP. I've been there. He's been there, he's done that, right? Carl Teasy on the best jungler for M4. So even though that's the case, oh, good solid last ban, by the way. Ziggy's taken out. There's the Grok.
Come on. Come on, Echo. Give it to him. Give it to your boy.
So it's Atlas to go with, okay. Are we seeing like Hayabusa or Ling this time? Coming up from Echo.
You got, come on. I'm so excited here. I can't wait to see Kartizi on an assassin. He showed up big time. He's been there, like the quote says, during M2. If he locks in Lancelot here and wins this game on his own skin, that is just, beautiful. Oh,
it's the account. No. Okay.
Well, he's kind of like a ninja, right? I mean, a guy, depending on what lore story or skin you lock in, right? So they lock it in. On the other side, though, Albert will be picking up the Hayabusa.
And it's, once again, it's the Dragon Warrior against Tai Lung once more. I mean, it's frustrating to see because I really wanted to see Kartizi bring it to RRQ in the assassin department against Albert of all people. But yeah, as the boy says, he's such a team player.
Yeah, I know. He did. He transitioned into that.
On that point, right, that's what makes these teams so scary is because you've had either... A lot of the times it was the junglers carrying teams, right? But teams that either play for their jungler or their jungler plays for their team, that's a big thing here. So this is kind of a different, I guess, for a lot of people that have been following Carl Teasy specifically, they might want him to play assassins, but if this is what he feels like is the best for Echo's success, then that's what's gonna be played, right? So, but is it going to be able to compare against Albert in the jungle on the Hayabusa? We've seen amazing things before, but let's load up into game number 3. It's 1-1 in the series. Who edges ahead here?
Oh man, if you're looking at the choice of Albert, right, going for Hayabusa, surely it's great. Like, we're excited to see that. We want to see Albert being activated as assassin, but man, Atlas, Akai, Lapu Lapu, man, it's difficult to play a squishy hero if you're RRQ Hoshi. There's so much control and so much damage that can come up from those heroes.
Not only that, Wolf, but with an Atlas across view, when do you usually see no purifies from the other team?
Yeah,
that could be deadly.
That is a big observation here. Vin already getting stunned up. I'm surprised that Vin hasn't flickered out just yet, but yes, there we go. He gets out of the tough situation. And, you know, coming back to that Atlas, I think we've seen many, many times, and in a couple of international competitions last year, that Atlas has really turned over some games in the later stages.
Yeah, definitely. And this time you have what? Heavy spin as well as the Fatal Links. You can like switch between the two. Or what you will use as your first in when it comes to your initiation, right? What do you use first? You can use like heavy spin first so that the Atlas will have a better ultimate afterwards, or maybe use it afterwards. So the Echo composition is really backing on the damage output of both Farsa and Bandicuti, and they have the tools to make that work.
Well, I think on top of that, you know, if you are playing this Atlas, if Clay can find the death box positioning in the right moment at the right time, then you can use that to your advantage, right? You are now forcing Echo wherever they decide to respond and set up with the Fatal Links, then hey, you can go ahead and set up that box and hopefully profit off of that, especially with Grok here for Vin, right? We've seen it before, it can happen, but right now they've got to kind of check those boxes, and with the first turtle of the game coming up, Yaoi's not level 4 yet, so you're going to see this kind of unfold here.
Yep, furious dive coming in from R7. He's right on top of Kaltizi, forcing him to use his ultimate as soon as possible. And even Sanji really high up there with the Feather Airstrike. Kaltizi all by himself in R7. Will find first blood. And here comes Yaoi getting into the middle of it, finds 3. But Sanji, he gets 1 already. Vin is so low, but they cannot get it. And now R7 with a double kill in the bag.
Oh, great exchange from both teams. Echo starting with Sanford poking the Hayabusa, putting him low, forcing the Quad Shadow. But then again, Echo was forced to utilize Kaltizi's ultimate far too early. The reset was there for RQ, and then of course damage coming up from Clay's ultimate afterwards. Fortunately for Echo, they have Yaoi's ultimate available there. He got level 4 just in time to pop the flicker and the Fatal Links onto 3 members of RQ. Then Sanji dealing the damage. In the end though, RQ still gets the turtle.
Wait, does he know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you saw Yaoi actually walk between brush to brush here, but he's going to open it up, sees Vin, backs away. Skylar, once again, just needs to maintain control, but Benny QT has been doing such a good job. He's looking for the trade, and now he might get the solo kill. Almost towards it. One more auto attack would have procced and would have gotten the kill.
Great response from Skylar there, not to go down. They don't want to give that advantage to either of these gold laners, right? They're going to be battling it out here. And we know, again, how scary carry can be, especially if you get those kills. But Yaoi, going to be the focus, gets out of here just fine. Still, again, RRQ holding on to a very minuscule gold lead. But, I mean, objectively, they're where they want to be, right? Yeah. Continue this up, farm up, and just keep responding, putting pressure around the map.
And Skylar not flickering right at the get-go, it allowed him to also force the flicker onto Bandicuti. And the reason why he felt very tanky up until the end is because of the fact that the outer turret energy shields in the gold lane provide 30% damage reduction. And Skylar forcing another flicker and not dying kind of means that the bottom lane is still equalized.
I'm more surprised you weren't freaking out that Sanji was about to die there. He gets, I mean, overall, Albert is putting quite a bit of pressure, and I would argue is even opening up a map to a certain degree. But let's see down bot side, tier 1, the shields are getting farmed out for the time being, but Echo, as we mentioned before, just wants to focus on the farm.
Yeah, I'm still wondering too, you know, the fact that there is no Purifies here for RRQ. If they're just going to completely rely on their reaction time, right, to get out of danger or to have that, basically, I like to call it the athletic flicker out of those bad areas, right? Because, yes, if Yaoi holds on to it,
oh, wait, Zephyr! He actually finds he's going to get this kill, but no, the real one manipulation gives him a shield. He ends up dying regardless. Feathered Airstrike now putting R7 out of this fight. Black Dragon form in the middle of it. Is he really willing to play with death? Shaw Residue already propped with Sanji quick as forward, but the backline now in trouble. Parcheesi ends up dying. Quad Shadow into the Shadow kill by Albert. He's still alive. Vin, what can he do? Forced to flicker out of there. 2-for-1 trade in favor of Echo.
Oh, man, Echo. That was against Sanford opening up the backlines. Previously, in the first turtle fight, it was against Albert, but this time it was against Clay. Even after the flicker coming out from Clay, we know the one-shot potential coming out from the Lapu Lapu to take out the Eve. Eventually, the follow-up from Yaoi allowed for Echo to win the battle afterwards. Unfortunately, though, Albert was still very good with the retribution.
All right, let's pull this back for a moment here, because I'm trying to figure out where Echo is going to eventually plan their attack on their map. It feels like they're playing defensive, right? Yaoi's opened up the map, but then how does Kaltizi make this play?
Well, I guess that what they are waiting for is to at least equalize when it comes to the turtle fight, then activate Bandicuti. So to answer your question, later on, around 8 minutes time, when you can have Bandicuti deal the damage with 3 items, that is where you strike. Until this point, Echo, everybody's just buying time.
I'm holding you to that 8 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, we'll see if Wolf predicts that correctly, right? And the curse doesn't affect him here. But still, going back to the point, I mean, if Bandicuti can just farm up, great thing, right? That's exactly what he wants to do. Him and Skylar, same scenario, right? None of them have gone down. You see, though, how much of time is actually put on the gold lane for both these teams. you guys mentioned this in the draft. If you can have someone babysit the lane, great. Now it's a little bit different because Diggy's not constantly there, but still, even Yawi's paying attention to that lane, trying to give any upper hand possible to their gold laner is the best thing that could happen for both of these teams, because even, yes, there's what, 200 gold there. It really doesn't mean much for RRQ, but they have the objectives, right? If they can get this next turtle in about, what, 10 seconds, then that's great for Albert, and the squad can transition into the Lord takes and really set themselves up for success here. Echo, though, knowing all of that, Sanji having 2 kills early on, the burst damage is going to be there. So as long as RRQ can avoid that burst coming out from Echo, Sanford with the setups like this.
Oh, I mean, Sanford, he wants it, but the fact is he's got no ult now, and now Albert might have a free kill in his hands. He's walking up Black Dragon form as well. Wall charge doesn't connect, but there we go. Albert secures it. R7 now in some trouble. Smarties, he pushes him out of position, and now in a 2v1, R7's lead is just enough, but on the bottom side, almost soul kill. Skylar's baiting him into it, and now Albert is going to secure the kill. Oh, he got it. Now that's just disrespectful. Skylar was just being disrespectful. You put respect on Benny's name.
Skylar, I would have really commended what he did because he baited Benny Cutie in there. The TPs were uncalled for though. Because Benny Cutie
you want a
certainly
TP?
did. Yeah, there wasn't any escape anymore. Unfortunately, Skylar, that's 100 for. He already did 100 level play, but then he went down because of those TPs. However, though, I want to say, RRQ Hoshi, great understanding of how to take turtle number 3. What they did was to stay in the bottom bush, in a right side bush in the middle, I mean. And then it was only R7 who showed himself to Sanford. After Sanford already committed the bravest fighter onto the Yuzhong, that's when they strike.
Oh, Kaltisi in some trouble now. Skylar, he lands it. Oh, he's so low, but he's still alive. Sanford with the bravest warrior already in the middle of it. He has to get on out there. Sanji's trying to help him out, but Yawi might be able to find 2. No, only 2. As the real one manipulation comes up, they get the kill onto Skylar once again, but they trade a kill back, so that's going to be support for gold laner.
That's a good trade right here, but still a lot of unfolded there, a lot of ultimates and resources expended, but still RRQ holding on to a little bit of lead. 1.6k. Wolf, how's it looking in terms of items?
Okay, so we're looking at Skylar just picking up all the important items like Blade of Desert eventually into his second damage item, but he needs a Wind of Nature. Now that's also true with this Benny Cutie carry. So far, we know that they wanted to activate it at 8 minutes, right? So they did. Yawi was able to find an opening to the backlines, and that is one thing that RRQ should be respecting.
Oh, again, and it looks like a repeat of history, but Yawi this time doesn't even go for that engage, and it feels like to me that Skylar is a little desperate after his little mishap down on the bottom side.
Yeah, he wants the kill there. He did pick up the Malefic Roar, so that damage is going to be there even more so now. You know, even though he's got the 2 assists, he wants those kills because he does know as well that Benny Cutie is going to be scaling up, especially past this game.
Oh no, play. He gets pulled back, but it really doesn't matter. He flickers on backwards as R7 is there to cover his back. Nicely done. The teamwork from RRQ to deny the initial engage.
Great teamwork coming up for RRQ, like I said. And this means that they might have the better control of the first Lord of the game. What are they doing right now? What they should be doing right now is to control the lanes first before they engage onto the first Lord dance. So they're using Skylar up to the top lane, bottom lane already pushed out. Mid lane should be answered by R7 or maybe Clay in here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be up to how RRQ is going to control this Lord.
Well, let's see how they're going to, because bot side is already stacked up with a full wave. That tier 2 might be in some trouble, and RRQ don't mind leaving this be. Orange buff being taken away by Hayabusa, but the rest of Echo, how are they responding to it? Tier 2 is already down. They can still let this bleed even more, but now they're going to force the issue. Sanford's walking back into the fight. Conceal coming out from Vin. He's going to take the long way around. Yawi is looking for an opportunity. Albert might be in some trouble. Quad Shadow's out of there, but on the opposite side, here we go. R7 jumping into the middle of that fight. Bravest Warrior forcing Sanford out, but now he flippers right on top of Clay. He's down. Benny Cutie's in trouble. Skylar might have to take the 1v1. The Quad Shadow's already down, and the Shadow kill isn't enough. Albert still alive, trying to get on out there, but Sanford's chasing him down. Yuzhong is dead, and that's going to be a 3-for-0 trade in favor of Echo.
And even the Lord belongs to Echo. What a great great play from their side. RRQ Hoshi, they tried to go for the conceal play from the mono. They wanted to tag Sanford. Unfortunately, that left both Clay and Skylar exposed to Yawi. Yawi didn't find the first jump, however. As you saw, RRQ, they still managed to get away from there, but their position was already compromised. Albert was too far when the Lord was put on to low. And you see Echo, despite losing the first 3 turtles, just control the Lord Dance much better than they did RRQ.
Not only that, but I mean, even that team fight, you saw how much pressure there was from Echo that Skylar actually didn't have the opportunity to get in the positioning he wanted to. He had the defensive flicker out, and now they're dealing with this siege coming out from Echo. They still have the Lord also on the bottom side to work with. They're going to lose more turrets here and have to be forced to pretty much defend in their base. Conceal play comes out, just getting a check here. But the big thing for RRQ, they do have Clay. Their defense, their high ground defense should be pretty good, at least to this point. It's only 12 minutes in the game. Lord is even at half health here. So let's see how this one plays out.
Yep, Finn already using his conceal. He's
Now
in
we
the
have
middle of
Flicker.
everybody. Oh, well, let's see. He finds one. And now the Feather Airstrike in combination. Petrify onto Benny QT. R7 trying his best. He's in the middle of the fight, but nobody can support him. Albert finds one. Cartesi is dead. And now they're looking for a second as they find the Bravest Warrior next. And now with it all, Albert still lands it. But it's no! He hits that! Skylar! Absolute monster! Snipes it from halfway underneath the inhibitor turret!
That deserves the Dave sheesh, because he has been waiting for that moment in this game. Skylar finally gets it,
Okay.
and that's a massive successful defense from RRQ.
This word doesn't exist, but I'm gonna use it. So many sheeshable moments out there. As you saw Yawi with a jump, right? You saw this as Flicker, but look at that combination of Clay and Vin. Guardian's Barrier with a diamond-shaped box. And then eventually Skylar just sniping Benny Cutie. My goodness.
That was clean.
That's the word. Sheeshable.
Good lord, Scott. Oh man. I don't know, these Beatrix players are disgustingly good. Well, a little too good for my taste here. I want to go back to some of that basic stuff. I feel bad about myself now.
Well, I mean, at this point, they've turned it around. RRQ, they had to defend the high ground. They did. Yes, they lost a couple turrets, but they profited off of it, right? I mean, they have that defense. They get a couple members of Echo down, and now you can see that, right? With that swing, that pendulum swing, momentum in their favor, they just have to be cautious with the setups from Yawi. That's the biggest thing here. The next Lord is going to be up. RRQ is in a good position to actually take this one, and Echo knows it.
How about that? There's Sanji and Yawi up top through a bush. You have to be careful about this, and RRQ doesn't have vision of that. Skylar already utilizing this this Renner. Just make sure that they scout out additional members. And I think that RRQ has a little bit of the same idea. They want to control the outside bushes, like the Lord Dance. Look at them. The Lord only has 2 heroes, and everybody's just dispersed.
Look at that. They're waiting for that conceal play. They got Benny Cutie there on the top side. Carl TZ still going to bounce this Lord around here, keeping everyone, RRQ on the hunt. They're trying to figure out where the other members are. Lord half health, here comes the conceal.
Yep, Yawi's coming in. R7's already looking to engage Clay. Once again, is this a repeat of history? No, they back off. Now the real one manipulation wall charge as well. Already hitting 2, falling into Renner's apathy. It's all over now. As now they try to jump in. Sanford turns around, finds Skylar as well as Finn. They push through. Benny finds it again, taking out Clay. A triple kill, absolutely shredding through them. But now they're chasing them down. How many can they find? Echo is looking for some as much value as possible, but R7 tries to turn it around, but it doesn't matter. Benny QT hasn't even used his Winds of Nature and flickers for it. 4-4-2 so far.
Benny Cutie, the hurricane of Echo. You saw how it was activated in that fight. They utilized Yawi as well as Sanji from topside with a conceal play, and it's almost a repeat of history. But then again, after Clay already utilized his ultimate, and then Albert is no longer a threat to the carry. That's when he was able to rise to the occasion. He found 3 members of RRQ, and the Lord Dance was perfect from Echo, especially because Call DC won the Retribution battle against Albert. My God, that was the disaster for RRQ Hoshi because of Benny Cutie's calamity.
Not only that, but the fact that they waited patiently for the conceal play, and now it's again RRQ on the defense.
Yep, Hoshi's in trouble here. Oh no, Clay's in trouble. He can't do much about it. He doesn't have any of his family up. Now he finds it, and now they have a double kill. Sanford cleans it up. They're going to be ending this. Echo takes game number 3. GG, well played.
Benny gets his eyes on the crystal, and he doesn't hold back. He goes right for it. Bringing Echo to 2-1.
And there we go, guys. Another win for Echo. It's now 2-1. Whew, intense fight. Kinda close at the beginning, but... Man, the coach must be angry on that Skylar, man. I mean, TP taunt is fine, you know? TP. It's fine. It's makes the game interesting. But if you die because you TP taunted and you're the freaking carry and the one who killed you was also the carry, the coach will get angry, man. Your coach will whoop your ass. He died because of he TP, right? He could have survived because Benny was already gonna die on Haya. Benny was sure to die on that Haya. But Benny made sure that he couldn't take out Skylar before going down himself. And Skylar gave him the chance because he had to TP. I mean, this is in the come on, man. This is in the late stages. It's so crucial. A lot of your fans, man, are cheering for you, and you're gonna mess up in a sorry, man, you're gonna mess it up in a stupid way. That's just... Anyways, still, hopefully RRQ can answer back on the fourth match, actually. Fourth match. Are they gonna replay the TP moment? Because, man, they were both carry. It would have been better. It would have been fine if you're a roamer. It's usually the battle of the carries that makes it... Yeah, TP is fine. Like Mobile Zane's TP, right? It's more drama. Good. But if you're gonna die because of it... different story. Wala nang nagvi-video okay. Ronnie Maranan, yeah. I don't know why, but no one's singing on our... Oh, shout out to Daniel Calizar, one of our Me and the Boys. Replay mo. I can't. The live stream will get messed up. Daniel Calizar, one of our guys here in Elgin studio. He is the one who edits Replay TV. Sino mahaba buhok yung makap kay Yawi? Ay! I don't know. Maybe she just likes hugging the players. Oh, here we go. Let's listen to the thoughts of the... Actually, the what they said before was kinda... The analysts was kinda leaning towards the RRQ. Their comments before the game started. So let's listen to this guy.
Him and Sanford were absolutely amazing, right? Enabling his team so much, but this time Sanford actually got a matchup that he's comfortable with. And guess what? We're gonna take a look at the item builds here to really dissect the item builds this time around because the game was so close. Game 1 was dominant for Echo. Game 2 was then dominant for RRQ, and now finally get a close game.
Heart of game 3 here has a little bit of deja vu elements of it because again, yeah, there is that R7 versus Sanford matchup, and going into the last half of this draft, I kind of read into it and said, you know what, maybe R7 might be overloaded. Maybe he has to start finding Benny and Sanford.
Okay, nothing much on the TPs that they did. Anyways, let's check out your comments, man. I mean, this is so crucial. Hit the like button. Thank you, Hera. Sino nanalo is 2-1 on Echo's favor. Shout out to Cedric Jimenez, man. 2-1. Shout out Daniel Bahila. What's up, guys? Best 5mm players in M4? Best 5mm players in M4, they've been using Kerry, Beatrix, Moskov even in the later stages. 1-1. Huh? Players ba? players? Ooh. I thought heroes. Shout out Rayhain Dominguez. What's your real name, Elgin? It's Elgin. Jamaila Alferez. Shout out to Princess. So a few more minutes before the next game. Is it gonna be 3-1? Or can RRQ answer back and make it a best of 5? Make it to the 5th match. Luffy, anong team sinusuportahan mo, boss? To be honest, any team, as long as they show us a good fight, because Blacklist is already on the finals. But on that last match, though, man, on that last match, I kind of wanted Echo to win because of the stunt that Skylar pulled. But before that, any team would work as long as they would give us a good fight against the Blacklist. I just want to have a team that can show us a better show against the Blacklist. But on that last match, did you read Noblis? Yeah, Noblis. How do you pronounce that, anyways? Noblis. Rizel, right? If I remember his name correct, Rizel and the Butler, Frankenstein Butler. The weird ass. I love their relationship. The Butler and Rizel. Nobles. Noblis is nobles. I don't know anymore, man. Shout out Mac G. Sanford, the young MVP. Yeah, Lapu-Lapu. MCG, what's up? Favorite player mo, Lods? To be honest, Kyrie from Onyx. I don't think Kyrie from Onyx is really good. He had a lot of outplays. But Onyx did bad on their last match against RRQ. It was 3-0. But I do think Kyrie, man, he could shine more. Also like the combination of V and Wise. I think most of us do. Binoto ko RQ. Who is the most banned hero? We usually see Joy, who's one of the priority bans. Stanford looks 12. Shout out to Nympha Yula K. Landicho. Nympha Yula K. Landicho. Landico? What? Landi. I'm not sure, Cedric. Ranma. I wanna disagree with you, Ranma, but yeah, some of the stuff you're saying is true though. Landico. I am sorry if I said your name wrong. Bing chilling from Mara. Oh, replay. Show us the TP, man. Show us the TP we wanna see. My focus was on Skylar. I mean on Benny, because Hayabusa was chasing his ass, so I couldn't see. What? Oh snap! Why did you not show that, man? You should have shown that in the highlights. I think a lot of the guys. Man.
Seat. I think you jumped and you touched the ceiling pretty much.
I broke my head.
Yeah. But to get to know more about the next game,
What the heck, man? They were talking about Skylar snipe and not on the TP. Did it really happen? I was kind of watching the thingy. They were talking about the Skylar snipe on how good it was, but did not talk about the TP that got him. That's important. You're trying to snowball. You're trying to get fat, and both of you are carries. Please do that intro. Okay, wait. We're gonna do the intro for the guys who are requesting. Wait. My voice. Hey guys, what's up? Sophie finally. One more. Hey guys, what's up? So we finally got the prime skin of Beatrix from the level 75 reward of the M4 pass. I wonder how many of you guys got the prime skin without spending diamonds. That's why we sometimes have to take retakes. That's why the videos takes longer, because Echo. It's weird, man. Why didn't they talk about the TP? That's one of the stuff. More fun. But for some reason, they didn't. They were talking about Skylar's snipe. Come on, man. Call an ace. He did bad. Even though I also like RRQ, man. But Skylar was bad decision on Skylar there. How to maintain a good voice? Yon. Salika Pro, I can't. Or these guys are pro for a reason, man. They play a lot. Although we do play a lot, but most of our time also goes to video editing and the animation. And are you gay? Sadly, no. But we like the female version. But anything works, man. Anything works. I think as long as you're a good person and not hurting anyone, that's all that matters, man. Gender category gender category is such a small matter. I think it's all about as long as you're good, it's all that matters, and you're not hurting anyone. God dang it, what do you call that? Category. Gender category is overrated, man. Categorization. Category. Ewan ko. Let's go. Draft pick, let's start.
Isn't the way they want to go, right? Maybe it's better if even they allow Vin to be on a pick that is not just so reliant on that wild charge, right? Because what we're seeing is, even if he gets it off, Echo works around that so well. They know what...
Oh, there you go. What he said. Categorization. There. Gender categorization is, that is such a small matter, man. Like I said, here we go.
Allowing Vin to, I don't even know if he wants to pick up the Franco, right? But even we saw the Atlas in the previous game from Yaoi allow Vin to not just rely on that wild charge, because usually when those don't land the way you want to them, or even if the Guardian's barrier is misplaced, it puts you at a disadvantage. So I'd love to see how this draft unfolds here, specifically for RRQ, and what they've learned up to this point as we get ready for Game 4.
All right, then let's jump right into it. Let's hesitate no longer. And knowing these two teams, they're going to be really fast on this. The Kaja, the Eve already banned out, the Joy, as well as the Wanwan banned out for the side of Echo. But this time we are seeing that RRQ have decided to be on the blue side. So let's see what that first pick is going to be. I'm expecting Eve or Carry. We'll see what Echo wants to leave up.
They don't ban out the glue. I think we see RRQ take glue
100%.
right away.
And that means that Echo might be considering banning out the carry this time. Or if they give it up, they now have better trades. Because when you pick up the carry on RRQ's side, you can get the glue on Echo's side. So that's a better trade for Echo. Then again, they ban the carry. So you go glue this time for RRQ Hoshi, or do you pick up the ground?
I feel like even though glue is good, we've seen Echo whip out the Dire off a couple of times.
Farsa Grok, I think, is the opening here.
Farsa Grok? Okay, they got the Farsa. Let's see if this next one is going to be the Grok.
Well, what else do you answer the glue with, right? There's I do agree with you that the Iroth is actually going to be a good pick. I think they are going to pick it third, their third pick, because there's a big chance that RRQ Hoshi will just ban it out in the second phase. So maybe that's the last pick of the first phase for Echo. For now, they're really thinking about the Grok. I do want to say though, the team that holds the Grok in this series loses the game. So that's
what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
You're gonna stick
so
by
far,
that too.
Stats don't lie though. Games 1 and 3, that's RRQ, and game number 2, that's Echo.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see the overall stats for Grok. But hey, you know, Lapu Lapu actually getting locked in here. I'm kind of into this.
Yeah, it's good. It's good because Sanford is really amazing with it. Knowing that RRQ Hoshi kind of they play the game like they wanted to always peel for their backliners. That's how Clay and Skylar was successful for RRQ Hoshi. Lapu Lapu counters that too, so that's maybe the idea here for Echo.
Usually in that matchup too, the Glue Lapu Lapu matchup, I would say more often than not, I've seen Glues get that first blood, and still, that is a very simple step for RRQ to get that momentum they need, because we've seen, I mean, the Glue in the hands here of R7, causing havoc in the back line, especially if he gets that early momentum going. That's a great step to success here and taking us to game 5. And now with the next 2 picks, look at that. They are going to go with a more proactive roam option. Like we were saying, they're going to lock in the Franco here, and it's complemented with this Faramis pick.
Okay. I'm guessing. I don't know. I could be wrong about this. Cho, thoughts on this, Wolf?
Cho could be good for Echo just because the fact that it's a flex pick. So you give Vin a hero that he excels with, his counterpart, Yaoi, will get their own pick, but instead they go Claude.
Interesting direction that Echo has decided to take it. Instead of looking to mirror RRQ, this time they're going to be playing for their own gold lane, and I think a lot of resources are going to be dedicated, making sure that Sanford is almost guaranteed to be on the weak side. A little sad to say the least, but I feel like Sanford has kind of proven himself 1v2, arguably 1v4 sometimes.
Yeah, I agree, and at the same time, I'm wondering, are they going to okay, there is the Beatrix ban, so really limiting the options here for Skylar.
Exactly, and you're looking for like a combo with the Franco, right? Hitting the Franco hooks, they're amazing. You need damage still. Faramis will not be giving that to you. Maybe a few patches back, that will be the case. For now, both Brody and Beatrix would have been good in combination with this pick. So I wonder with how RRQ is going to supplement the initiations coming out from the Franco. Echo, however, they still have the Dyroth. If they want to pick it up, they can give it to maybe Carl TZ, but knowing that the Lapu Lapu is already picked up, it tells me maybe Echo will choose a different hero this time to answer the Glue.
Oh, I suppose, but the fact that they banned out Baran, I don't know. It feels like the headspace of RRQ is, hey, Carl TZ is still going to be the problem. We need to make sure that we can secure our objectives, and maybe we can snowball out of control from there. But as of yet, I mean, mid lane still very open for RRQ. If we come back in towards Echo's side, they can easily lock their jungler right now. I don't know if they want to show their support this time.
It's the Cho.
It's the Cho? All right.
Give comfort for both of your roamers. Now RQ, they badly need early game damage here. Surely you got already good heroes in your comfort picks. You need to give Albert a hero that can supplement the damage, and then of course Skylar with some early game damage as well to kind of pierce through the early stages, so that they will not suffer from lack of damage in your stages, like many teams suffer from.
You need that follow up with the Franco hooks, but still, I mean, even the Cho is flexed technically. We don't know if it's actually going in the hands of Yaoi or if it's going to be placed in the jungle again for Carl TZ, right? So they're still leaving that mystery here. Look at that. We're getting an advanced look, right? That's the Irithyll along with the Karina locked in here. Now, Irithyll doesn't have the best win rate. That is 14%. But still, how does this work, Wolf, with what they've drafted so far?
They're all in early game team fights. They're all in the mid game. With this decision, RRQ is saying, we are gambling. We're putting our tournament on the line in the first 10 minutes of the game. If we don't end it as soon as possible, they will not be able to force the series to game number 5.
Any last thoughts here, Gideon?
Honestly, I'm sweating because I agree with Wolf. This is a bit of a gamble. I will say that Echo's overall draft is looking good. You can feel that Yaoi is feeling it. As long as he blocks a couple of good hooks, it's kind of up to Vin, and hopefully he still doesn't have PTSD from M3, so we'll see how this is going to go.
Biggest thing here is, like you guys mentioned, that timer, right? 10 minutes here. At the same time, this is Cho in the hands of Yaoi. We've seen incredible playmaking potential from that alone And with Carl TZ picking up the Akai in the jungle, he's going to be just focusing on objectives. This could very well be the last chance here for RRQ. It's match point for Echo as we jump into game 4.
Iritho wins the laning matchup for sure. I mean, you wanna. It is.
We didn't get to see whether the hook landed or not. Did he get the hook or not?
I don't know. We know for sure though that in the laning stages, RRQ Hoshi does have the advantage. Because of the fact that they have Iritho winning against the Cloud, it just naturally, and the Glue of course, it's almost unbeatable in the laning stages. If they piggyback on that idea, like destroy Echo's timing with their early game spike, maybe RRQ has a chance to extend the game number 5.
Echo knows it.
Yeah, I mean, R7, there's nothing you can do. He's going to lose his battle spell here regardless, and arguably, I would say he's about to die as well. And there we go. R7 just greeting out to hit that level 2, ends up dying for it.
That's not how you want to start the game here for RRQ. I mean, you mentioned it, Gideon, baited into it, and still, I mean, at that point, you have Sanford, who again got the MVP previous game, same hero, now has an upper hand, but the kill going over to Sanji on this same hero, Farsa, is going to be deadly, but Benny Cutie.
Yep, and he wants to land it. Oh, the hook doesn't connect. Benny Cutie is able to just sidestep it in time. The dive fails, they back away, and now the level 4s are rolling in.
R7 didn't respect the fact that Sanji rocks a flicker this time, that's why he was taken out. And minor mistakes coming up from RRQ, it's going to be, so I guess the word that you use here is compound interest, right? That's what we have to take note if you're RRQ.
Yeah, now look at this situation, right? Because of that death, that does mean that R7 is not going to hit his level 4 in time. The early proxy is going to make sure that they have priority, and now that if they can get mid to push, that would be ideal. But let's see how the situation plays out. It's now RRQ trying to get some kind of information as Albert now being threatened by Sanford. He might actually die here. Albert's still alive. Glue ends up dying again. How did R7 die on the top side of the map? Sanji is able to pick him off.
Talk about Sanford and Sanji, the San duo, just making waves here for Echo. 2 minutes into the game, and this is a tough situation for RRQ already. I mean, yes, the gold lead isn't massive, but these minor decisions, these plays across the map are going to cause waves throughout the game.
Man, Sanford's maneuver, after winning the top lane, just because of the help of Sanji, he's able to get level 4 before the turtle fight, for the first turtle of the game. That allowed him to invade the purple buff and make a, put some influence, put some pressure in the laning stage of RRQ Hoshi.
Oh, and that's called TZ getting picked off immediately. Echo. Oh, wait. Oh, so very close, but here comes the Feather Airstrike. Flickering forward, he's guessing. Skylar is still alive. This could be a potential dive. Yaoi, he wants it, he finds it, and gets the kick. Benny QT almost finishes him off. Yaoi takes the kill, unfortunately. Vin finds the iron hook. Clay pulls him back, kicking back and forward, and Albert will secure the kill.
You see that? You can't get away, Yaoi. We've got 2 pulls. He tries to run away, but also the highlight there is that Albert was able to pick up that kill. Big pickup here, Wolf.
So you saw that they were able to take out Carl TZ after what would likely be a snag coming out from Vin. Eventually, though, the dive, flicker in coming out from Sanji, forced Skylar to be very low, and then Yaoi found the opening under the turret. Good thing though for RRQ, they have found some trades with Albert getting 2 kills.
Yep, and now they're going to be walking up. Echo looking to invade Albert, but they don't want to commit too much to this situation. Now, let's talk about the lane states, right? Because Vin, he's trying to make something happen. Oh, Clay, good Purify. Doesn't get kicked out of position.
Well, it's a good thing they have that. You were talking about the lane matchups here. I mean, this one specifically, Sanford's going to have the upper hand here. As we're seeing, I mean, R7's got to kind of make his way back from that deficit now in the early game. Again, Wolf, you called 10 minutes here, and it might turn out to be even less than that. But still, turtle up, RRQ in position.
Now Feathered Airstrike already being used super early on. They're just holding them hostage. They know that Sanford is ready to jump into the fight. Yaoi finds the initial engagement onto Albert. He's in trouble, but Sanford in the back line making it tough. Martisi locks Albert down. He's finally dead, but now the rest of the team is here. R7 with the reinforcements. Yaoi might be in some trouble, but finally it's going to be Sanford who ends up dying. R7 is able to secure his own kill onto Yaoi, and Benny QT is on the run. Skylar doesn't want to be a part of this fight, but the Bound Mirror image is going to juke them out.
Wow, what a move coming out from Beniguti getting out of there. And even the fact that he threatened for a kill onto 3 of the members of RRQ Hoshi. It all started with a stack though.
Oh, he's going to get pulled back. The feathered airstrike should be able... Oh, actually, there we go. Magic Worship going to do the last tick of damage.
Yeah, that burn does hurt, right? Able to secure the kill there of Sanji. That's 3 kills now for him. Yeah. Going to profit off that, build in. Let's take a look at the items, how this is playing out here, Wolf.
So at least a little bit of advantage for the Karina, but with all the casual items like the Dreadnought Armor and the Molten Essence, there's no full item yet for the Karina. That's why they're not yet able to like actually teamfight with that. And then of course, Irithel, you need more items here. Windtalker, eventually the second item will allow him to dish out the damage already. So that's the power spike that you're looking for RQ. Beniguti though, with 0 deaths and 2 assists and the Avarice, is now in a very comfortable spot. DHS, eventually Golden Staff. You can imagine his farming speed to go off the roofs when he gets that second item.
Okay, let's talk about, okay.
Whoa, Yaoi! Oh, he almost finds the angle of the kick, but Skylar's able to get out of position in time, locked down with the Bloody Hunt. Yaoi might be in some trouble here, but Call TZ looking locked down. Skylar, the Feather Airstrike is coming in through, but the Call Ultra keeps him alive until he's gone. Beniguti now, with all the green lights, comes in, and it's pretty much done for the side of RRQ. They cannot survive this kind of aggression. What an execution from Echo.
Absolutely good chain of events for Echo as they utilize their lineup into its full potential. Yaoi with the flicker, going in forward first. Surely, he missed the Wave of the Dragon, but that allowed Echo to get into position. Then goes Kautizi.
Oh no. Albert, he's in so much trouble, but he should be tanky enough to actually survive all the damage. It's getting close, and here comes Sanji. If he sees him, he might be dead with a Feather Airstrike, but on the top side, Call TZ all left all by himself, sacrificing his life for hire as Albert on his way to secure this turtle. What a move from RRQ!
Oh, wow. What a punish, indeed. You saw that there was a lot of focus in the bottom lane. They found Vin!
He's gone. He's gone. Nothing to say about that. Well played. Great punish from Vin.
RQ picking up wins where they can, and it also looks like a little miscommunication from Echo too. Yaoi has the vision here, but still RQ finding now it's the 2 turtles they've got a little bit of gold lead. They just have to figure out this Sanji problem. If they can get that, shut him down, that's going to be another big play for RRQ.
He's going to walk up. They don't realize that he's there because of the conceal. He throws up. Ooh, the hawk.
R7 though.
R7, he's pushing them out of position, but they're working as a team. This could be the turnaround now, but Call TZ can't seem to find the angle just yet. They're going to focus on their jungle and back away.
Every bit is intense in this game because you're watching Vin. Maybe he lands a hook out of nowhere, right? We're all watching.
Bloody Hunt on the Call TZ already started off, but Yaoi's looking for an angle as Sanford jumps into the back. Nobody can stop Sanji with his feathered airstrike except for the Call Ultra. Skylar running for a slide battle mirror. Image takes it back. Sanford now left to die. Yaoi can't help him out. Sanford is able to hop on over with the help of Sanji. R7 still on that chase. He's sick of it, but Yaoi is able to stop the aggression.
I can't believe no one died from that exchange.
Like how?
So much back and forth and just masterful disengage from both teams there. But still, RQ holding on to this lead. They can play around with it, right? Still, if they can focus Sanji, if they can get a Bloody Hunt or a hook on him, they're going to profit massively, Wolf.
There was a lot of explosions in there, and he's surprised that nobody died. Bloody Hunt onto Kautizi, a prime target. You want to go onto it, but he survived afterwards. Then Beniguti finds up BMI after the fact that the Paramis ultimate was already down. Kill threat onto Irithel, but wasn't able to find it as well.
Oh, Yaoi's looking for an angle, but again, Vinda doesn't punish him just yet, knowing that he has the Shunpo. However, the mid lane, we do see Sanford. He's getting himself out of there. Again, the aggression pushed back.
This match is electric. This particular game, everything is so close.
It's
you can
so
feel
high
it.
Stakes.
The tension, not just in the stadium, but in the game as well. Now this Lord being worked on here, half health.
Oh, he hits Call TZ, and now Sanford has to save it. Feathered airstrike as well, but R7 gets into the backline, forcing it out. They got Irithel. Sanford has done it. He's dealt the damage, and now RRQ are on the run. R7 is still in the middle of it, but a double kill coming in from Sanford is more than enough. Call TZ is trying his best with a Hurricane Dance. He's trying to push it, but it's too late. Beniguti in the middle of it gets 3 already. Sanford, a triple kill all by himself.
Maniac make it, and now Albert the focus gonna be able to survive, but his team is taken care of.
Sanford literally destroyed RQ in there. The zone out with the combo. This is why they first picked this Lapu Lapu. He won his laning stage. He was able to pressure Albert, and then in the most important team fight for Echo, the first lord of the game, he was able to tag Albert, take him out with the bravest fighter, the combo, then gets a double. The kick from Yawi allowed Echo to take that lord despite Kautisi being grabbed by that glue. The kick from Yawi displaced Albert, and this is a massive victory for Echo.
Right now, still Lord going to be on the bottom side. They're going to continue to get these turrets across the map, opening it up for themselves. Now they have the lead of 2K here. And at first I thought, you know, Sanford was going to say, hey, Sanchi, you can get the MVP this game, but now they're competing for it. RRQ has to have an answer for this.
Yawi, he finds the kick onto Vin. They want to take one by one. And unfortunately for Vin, there's nothing he can do about it. Nicely played by Echo. Good bait from Sanford as the outer turrets will fall, and Echo will slowly creep their way in towards those inhibitor turrets. No big ultimates as of yet. RRQ can actually defend this relatively well here, unless Skylar gets picked off. Kautisi gets pulled back, but he's too tanky to actually be punished for now. Albert, he's walking very close to the fire, but again, 1-0, all outer turrets are destroyed.
All right, so RRQ still in this game. It's 4K ahead for Echo, though. The time is up that you mentioned, Wolf. You said 10 minutes. I think Gideon agreed.
Yeah.
We're now at almost the 12-minute mark here. Is there any saving grace in terms of items or even macro play that RRQ can do to turn this game around here, Wolf?
Well, they can. Well, it's just really the hook coming out from Vin if they find an opening, right? And I think that they are focusing on Kautisi so much. Surely it's great in the first few minutes of the game. Yeah, they can take out the Akai, but I think it came to a point where when you go on to Kautisi, there's a lot of like supports coming out from Echo. And when you try to take attack hero, you put a lot of resources into taking out Kautisi.
Did he just flicker?
Eventually get out damage.
Look,
and
let's just move on from that. We're just gonna let's look at Kautisi, man. He's looking good. He's looking good. Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, you were back to what you were saying. 85 seconds on Vince flicker. Yeah, that was totally there for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All Wolf can say is, yeah, wow. All right. Goes back to the game. Yeah. Yes, that is a detrimental for this Lord fight. It's going to be up now in about 6 seconds here. Echo, great positioning as they get set up. You're going to have to keep an eye as well on Yawi. He's going to be looking for the right target. Skylar having a very tough game on this Irithyll, even with that sprint. Clay trying to get some vision. And it's the same setup that we saw in the previous game, but this time it's just Yawi in that topside rush.
They're just waiting.
Can RRQ do this?
They're just waiting for this fight. I mean, Echo is baiting it out. They're going to reset topside. Yawi finds the kick on to Skylar once again. Call Altar. It's not going to be enough, but they have a spin. Will lock down Vin once more. It's just timed out, and now Clay is just left all by himself. Left in the hands of Benny QT with 2 down. That's a free Lord.
Yeah, we finding a big opening onto Skylar. I wonder how he got that, but RQ wanted to bait out the Lord and Echo just styling on them. It really looked easy for Yawi to do it.
I mean, that's just, at that point, you know, the positioning of Yawi there, he knew that the best angle for Skylar to come from was that top side because you can just pop that sprint and kind of run around, hopefully to find a member of Echo, but it just didn't work out for them. Yawi sniffed it out. He knew exactly where to be, and they focused on Skylar. And again, this begs the question, is Irithyll the weak link here in this lineup for RRQ, Wolf?
In the latter portions, I would say yes. You understand why they picked it up. It makes a lot of sense when they did, but they weren't moving as if they wanted Irithyll to be successful.
Well, let's find out here at the very end as the inhibitors will fall. Feathered airstrike already down. Echo is going to take as much as possible. However, the mid as well as the top side have not collapsed at the same time. R7 is doing a very good job at keeping it alive, having a bit of a pillow fight with Call TZ. Nobody really winning there as the mid lane
Yawi?
now clash, but Yawi, does he find the angle? He finds the kick onto Vin. They're trying to collapse on it. The Bravest Warrior is already in, but Skylar slows them down with the Queen's Call. Heavy spin activated with the call. Also the backline being attacked. Albert as well, trying his best. Feathered airstrike comes back off a cooldown, but he gets stunned up. He has to move away. Top side is already destroyed, and a 4v5 has been already down. Falls into the favor of Echo. Benny QT not even participating in this entire sequence of events, and this could be a potential kill if they find the CC. Oh, Carl TZ, you're just teasing. Yawi trying to go for it. Again, gets the kick onto Albert, and now the blazing duet activated. He's still alive. Queen's Call trying to clear those waves as soon as possible. Sanford, you with the Bravest Warrior again. We're seeing three ultimates. What's Sandy now in trouble? Has to use the wings by wings to get on out of there. The Bravest Warrior is down. No more Sanford, and the defense complete.
You can't imagine to be the Skylar. Surely he died at the end, right? But it's difficult to play this Aerithal. Fred by Yawi, Fred by Sanford, Fred by Call TZ. Everybody targets Skylar. Eventually, after 3 tries with Sanford's opening, they have found him. And Neko, with all of the resources they have so many ways.
And there we go. A pause. They paused. Whew. Man, Irrital couldn't pop off, so the RRQ definitely is lacking damage, man. They that almost ended, man. That almost ended, but they couldn't. It will be too dangerous. They have to be careful on that one, because even at that stage, even if they were dominating, if they get wiped out because they forced that push too much, just stay patient, Echo guys. Girlfriend, Elgin, yeah, shy type. Elgin Nguyen, pride of Vietnam. Apparently, I'm not Kumar anymore. Oh, naglag ulit. Ayun, okay na. Oh, here we go. That's starting again. Muhammad. Pero sa ano yun eh? Parang sa TikTok mismo.
Game 5, but at this point, it's looking bleak. Anything that sticks out here, Wolf, in terms of the items and how they can help here for RRQ?
I think the lack of the blade armor on Karina, they only have it on Vin. I think they need to against the Claw. That's the natural way to kind of counter it. While on the side of Echo, you have 2 blade armors on 2 frontliners, Karchis and Yawi. What this does is to really nullify Skylar even more. He's already scared about like the damage output and the initiations coming out from Echo, but even his unstoppable, uncontrollable damage that you take out from the Aerithal is gonna be a threat.
I think the biggest way they stay in this game is have another moment where they somehow get the Lord here.
Benny's there.
With the Truncheon, he's managed to survive for a little bit longer, allowing Sanford to actually turn this around onto Vin's head. They find the trade, it's not worth it, but Yawi still has a way of the track, and they can do something with this called TZ in the middle of the fight. He's absorbing damage, and now pinning the R7 against the wall. He's trying to get on out of there, and immediately, this might have just turned.
They know where Benny is.
Oh, do they know where Benny is? No, he's going to recall out of there. He's going to be fine, but this buys a little bit more time for RRQ and Echo. They see what's going on. Now because of the recalls, they're threatening the Lord. They've checked the brushes. They know nobody is there, and even Clay making sure that there is no angle for Yawi to get on in.
Look at Benny.
It's going to come down to a 50-50 here. Albert versus Carl TZ. No, they reset it. Sanford is threatening Clay. Whoa, okay, yo, Clay, you're getting too low. He's about to die, and Sanford flickers for it as the rest of the team looks to push on forward.
Oh, they're going to get pushed out of the base here. You saw Benny Cutie also pushing that mid lane. They have to respond, and this could, because of those decisions and Clay being down, Echo now in a position to take the Lord.
Way of the Dragon already onto R7, can split, saving him. No, the feathered airstrike from Sanji, able to take him out. Sanford is on fire. Albert locked against the wall. Occult altar already popped. They're resetting the Lord just against the middle of this fight. Skylar, he's trying his best to dish out damage, but those blade armors are making a difference, and the Queen's Call isn't enough, and Sanford gets his ult again. Clay has to get on out of there. Ghostbusters ain't enough, and Sanford is going to slowly make his way forward. He takes on one, and now the end is nigh. Albert is still on the run. Can they do anything about this? With so many minutes on their side, Dowie is already down. Pulling on already onto Benny Gucci, but Benny Gucci has done it. Wow. A game to make history. Once again, the Filipino dynasty goes on. The grand finals has been set. Echo loud, Echo proud. GG.
Yo, there we go, man. That was kind of dangerous, man. That was kind of dangerous and close. If oh god, if the base held for like 1 more second, 2 seconds, whew, because everyone on the Echo was wiped out. If that risky, it's so risky, goddamn risky, man. But they took it anyways. Anyways, that's it. So it's gonna be PH against PH tomorrow. Still, guys, great job for RRQ. Great job for RRQ for showing us a good time, except for Skyla. I'm showing hate for Skylar right now. Great job for RRQ on that one. And RRQ just being here on this final stage does say a lot. It means that they really are a very solid team. But Echo was just on a different level today. So anyways, guys, that's it. We will be back tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be the finals. So it's PH secured. Whatever happens, it's now PH. It's just gonna be which one? Oh snap! Echo versus Blacklist. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. You can check out their interview if you want on the channel. Yeah, I just kind of started supporting Echo when that Skylar did that nonsense TP, man. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching, man. We're gonna be back tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow on the final match. It's gonna be PH versus PH. Who is it gonna be? Who's gonna be your bet? Echo or Blacklist? Anyways, that's it. Outro. Bye, guys. Here we go. We will set the time tomorrow. Here we go. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think of Skylar's TP. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching. Bye. Bye, guys. And also Peanut Butter, guys. Peanut Butter Gang. Patrick, Hannah Dizon, Hera, Mara, Kenneth Buban, Mr. Jack, Jeje, Rome, Patrick, Ailey, Slenderboy, Ashiru, Abhijit Roy, Hopeful, Jiris, Jeje. Bye, guys.